Hamzambo family. Welcome to the Black Hot Network Africa Today show, being on a wonderful Thursday, the 6th day of May, the year 2021. How are you doing? I see Rashad Al Karim already with us. Much peace and love to you, brother. I think it has been a minute since I saw Rashad Al Karim join us on the chat, or maybe I might be confused. Ansankinon, thank you so much for joining us on the show. You were with us a little bit earlier before you actually disappeared. I know, duty calls, and I understand that every other second that you get checking on us, it takes your time, and we do value and appreciate you taking the time to join us on the Black Hot Fire Network, as well as a brother. Let him hang down. You're saying a Jambo Spikes, Jambo to you too. I hope that you are doing well wherever you might be on this particular day, the 6th day of May, the year 2021. How are things going on for you? I would like to know where you are tuning from. And of course, how is your week? How has your week been so far? Being on a Thursday, I understand we just have a few more, just one more day to the weekend, and people are really looking forward to the weekend just to catch some time with the family, or just catch abroad as well. This is a Black Hot Fire Network Africa Today show. On the Africa Today show, we come together and discuss matters that have to do with us, all matters that are affecting us globally as a people. It doesn't matter whether you are in Senegal or Gambia, or whether you are in East Africa, Kenya, or whether you might be in Denver, or whether you might be in New Jersey, or New York, or Chicago, or even in Brazil. We just want to come together and unite our people right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. Are you right? Yeah, are you right? It has been a minute. I hope that you are doing well. Rashad Al Karim, where did you disappear off to? I understand also we did have sister Michelle. She came back yesterday or the day before, and she said she hadn't been feeling well, and she was in hospital for quite a while. But right now she's recuperating. She's doing well. I hope that you are doing well, Rashad. It has nothing to do with the health. Because I understand, your health is your wealth, and these bodies are fragile. You might, get sick any other time, but nonetheless, it's a good thing that you continue taking care of your health by eating right and also exercising when you are able to. I happen to realize that many people do not exercise until they have to, which is a problem, because you should not just wait until when the doctor tells you that you should actually be taking care of your health by, taking some exercises daily. I think at the point where the doctor have to tell you to do that, then it means that you have been reckless, or you have not been taking proper care of yourself. Sister Stacy Thomas, thank you so much for joining us. You're saying hey, Aspects and the Black Hot Fire family. Hey to you too. How are you doing, Sister Stacy Thomas? It has been wonderful. I think you also joined us on the network. I want to appreciate everyone that has joined us on the WhatsApp group so far. The WhatsApp group is much easier letting the family know when we are going live, because I understand most of the time YouTube will not be sending out notifications, even though you have clicked on and you have actually notified, or you have actually turned on the notifications. I understand the YouTube notifications sometimes are really hard to come by, and even sometimes you might be searching for something in the channel. Like I was doing earlier, I was looking for the channel to see whether it shows that we are live on it, and I couldn't find it for a second. And that's a kind of a problem that you do have in these particular days. Talking about YouTube, there has been a lot of censorship. There has been so many things happening. First and foremost, there has been a new term that I now get to hear coming from a quarrel, or a row that is brewing between two brothers, and one of them has been called a YouTubian. One of them has been called a YouTubian. I've never heard the term YouTubian before, but it seems like Dr. Omar Johnson now is claiming that if anyone ever gets to use their content, if anyone ever gets to use terms that they have used, then they should be getting a reference for it, or they should be, what do I call it? He was saying he does not want plagiarism of his content. Sometimes I do find this particular, for me, I do think plagiarism should not be a thing, but sometimes I also do feel that sometimes it's being petty. Sometimes I think it's being petty. There was a time I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me, I was asking her, I do poetry myself, and I was talking to her about the art, and she said she also do have content, poetry content, and she would not like to put it on platforms like I was commenting. Maybe she could use Hello Poetry, or maybe she could use Poem Hunter, or many other different platforms that our poets do use to put their content on. But she was saying she is afraid of putting her content because someone else will just come up and take her content and that's that, and claim it to be theirs. But nonetheless, I do think there is some level of, they do say imitation is a form of flattery. So I do think maybe, Dr. Umar Johnson probably should have been flattered. He should have been flattered instead of just going at the brother. He was going at Kevin Samuels and calling him a YouTubian. I've never heard of the term before. I've never had anyone call anyone a YouTubian. For me, I'm saying sometimes people complain about plagiarism or content being taken. I have no problem with that. If you have taken someone else's content, sometimes it's good really to give them credit for maybe they have done a lot of research in that, and you just come up and pick it and then make it seem as if it's yours. But otherwise, some other time, I think going at each other like this, sometimes I think it's petty. But let me share this video of the brother Umar, and he was actually very, very much angry, talking about he should get the credit for some of the terms that he has coined. For me, I think if you pick up a term and you use it and have used it before, I will not come up to you saying that I really need, every time you use the word YouTubian, you have to say, I said it first. Or every time you use the term this and that, you have to say it came from Spikes. Or you have to say it, it came up this particular way. I don't think that is what is supposed to, to be going on. But sometimes it's good when you pick up, when the people are doing YouTube pick up content, sometimes it's good to just pay credit. For example, we have had situations where some material by Kid has been taken, and people have used it, as if it's their own, and they do not have a problem with that. But some other time, I don't think you have to always keep on saying that was by Kid or that was by so and so. Sometimes I do feel you don't really have, especially when it comes to words. You do not have to say that I came up with the word YouTubian first, so you should not use it anywhere on your context. Or when you use it, you have to say it was by me. Anyhow, let me just share this brief video of the rant. This was a rant, but I do feel sometimes it gets a little bit petty. But this is what was going on with the two, Kevin Samuels and Dr. Umar and Kevin Samuels are here.
Talk to us more like Umar. What makes it so bad about these so-called life coaches? The Prince of Penn Avenue, Big Papa's in the house. People send me clips of some of these YouTubian opportunists. Where are my donations? I'm seeing some of them quote me verbatim without giving credit to their source. But I think it's funny, y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. So why are you quoting my material and not referencing me? You obviously watching. Queen Mother God, Cocoa Butter, and Sea Moss Gold. YouTubian beta male wannabe life coaches that are out there. Talk to us more like Umar. What makes it so bad about these so-called life coaches? The Prince of Penn Avenue, Big Papa's in the house. People send me clips of some of these YouTubian opportunists. Where are my donations? I'm seeing some of them quote me verbatim without giving credit to their source. But I think it's funny, y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. So why are you quoting my material and not referencing me? You obviously watching. Queen Mother God, Cocoa Butter. And
so it seems like there is some heat because he says that some of his material has been taken all the other time, and no one is giving him credit.
I don't know what's going on, but what's
that was Umar Johnson saying that he has been receiving clips of people, using his material and using some of the phrases that he has coined, and he never gets credit for that. It's good sometimes.
I don't know what he's going. I think I ain't watched Umar so long. He's so ridiculously nonsensical that I can't watch. I ain't watched that dude at least 4 or 5 years now. He's too retarded. So are they saying they can't get? Like I told you, I just heard about this new Kevin Samuels dude. I just heard about him. I sure he was like January, February. I didn't know who the hell he was. So I'm saying, is the Kevin Samuels guy saying that? People say
he was taking some materials by Umar, and Umar Johnson says that he has not been given credit.
I think he's a relationship. He's a relationship con man. He's all kind of he's a relationship con man. Just like only one I know is supposed to be mad about him is Jason Black, that other con man ass nigga. I'm start calling him like I see Jason Black, the other con man ass nigga. The other con man. You know who I am? They come get the smoke. I'm calling them out now. Even smaller channels. I've had big channels, so what? The other con man. So you got, only one I know who's mad with him is the other con man, Jason Black con man, the nigga that put up these fake ass billboards. Look at me, grab me with my billboards. Don't get out here talking that dumb shit to the dummies with your billboards. Hey, he starts naming place. Bitch, I've been everywhere. I don't got to name the streets. I've been every. There hasn't been a state in this country I haven't been to. There hasn't been a city almost in the United States I haven't been to. Hey, let me look. I'm on Ball Street. Hey, let everybody know Indianapolis. I'm on Ball Street. What's going on? Look at me. I'm supposed to be naming random streets. I see your family. What are you talking about? He's a goofball. So that's what
his material has been taken.
When I know he said that Kevin Samuels was still his material. I don't know about it. It was Stop the BS who told me. So I went back and watched it. I think it was like a couple months ago. No, it was all the way back in November. Some shit did a whole video about the guy. You know, he mad because his relationship hustle was better than his. But I thought the guy, the Professor Black Truth said, we don't do relationships. We get black power. All that dumb shit. These niggas are grifters and phonies. That's why when that Professor Black Truth fake ass nigga said, I want to give a shout out to Trick the Sheets #1 movie, Butt Broken. Some more dumb shit. Some more useless ass DVD. Some more coon nigga shit.
Probably that is just to collaborate so that more numbers can go up. And I do see some of the videos really put up by Kevin. They're talking about what do modern women or their community, all these other relationship stuff. And
he's a relationship guy. He's a con man. Dude had like 3 divorces. He stole money. He's a con. And look, in our community, what I tell you years ago, Spikes, I told you years ago that black people love con men. Why the preachers get all the money. Black people love to be cons, Spike. They love it. They love a good con. They love con men and hustlers. They love them. So he's the latest grifter that all of them are jealous about because he's conning people better than them. He's not part of the clicker con. Let me give you the clicker con man. Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, and the Jason Blacks and the Professor Blacks. That's your clicker con man going on right now, right? That's why they're not allowed. So when that shit dropped, I told you 4 years ago, with Dr. Boyce fleecing money with the Chinese motherfucker, right? What's his name? Tell me what his name, family. Charlie. What was that Chinese Jew came out and said, yes, Boyce Watkins just actively used to fleece these niggas out their money. And when we make them cry, oh, black people, we got to do better. It brings in more money. What's his name? Charlie Wu, Ching Wu, Chang Wu. What else, Spikes? Put us up.
Was that Chinese? Was that a Chinese?
Say Boyce Watkins and his Chinese con man. Boyce Watkins. But people all in Tariq's mentions, hey man, you know about this Boyce Watkins? Thinks that was his boy. I haven't heard nothing about it. Yeah, motherfucker, that was all over the internet. Now you know he's a con man. These niggas gotta cover each other's cons. They're con men. They fake ass hustlers. So most black people, I told you, are morons.
That was Charles Wu. Charles Wu.
Thanks, Charles Wu. So why didn't the goofy nigga Jason Black? We're black power, stay on code. So the code is ripping off black people. Get out with your fake ass code. See, told you most black people are morons. Yeah, Charles Wu, thanks Strong too. Charles Wu. Yeah, I forgot. But when they asked Tariq and Jason Black the shit, that's their circle of privilege. He mentions, I know, Dr. Watkins. So what, nigga? Don't do a fake ass name dropping with these hoe ass con men. Why are you missing Charles Wu with that? The con man. And I told you, they never mentioned what's real white supremacy. Isn't it funny? The fake ass Jason Black, the fake ass Tariq, and that fake ass Professor Black Truth. They never mention what's the real white supremacy. People that do, we can't mention it. We do, you'll get taken down. Period. And it starts with Ashkenazim. That's it. That's all I'm gonna mention. Ashkenazim. These Negroes never mention it. Never, Spikes. Not in one of their videos, never. Oh, it's just white supremacy.
They will not, because at the end of the day, they're trying to just like they will be given they will actually be taken out. But they do say words of a feather flock together. But I do believe it's not only in the States. Even in Africa, you will find all sorts of all sorts of conmen on. Especially on YouTube. I was talking about earlier on in the other show about the Nigerian one. There is this particular Nigerian pastor whose YouTube was taken down, And what was happening for him is that he was having people fill up in his chats, and of course he was doing most of the shows on YouTube. And when he did, he would actually, now put up what he was calling the exorcism. And he was saying that he is going to use that particular chat, and he was calling all the gay men and women, all the gay people in Nigeria, and he was saying that he is going to, to exercise the demon of homosexuality. That is what he was about in that particular church. It's known as the Church of All Nations. But YouTube did close his channel. YouTube did put down his channel. But you do find the channel already had about 1.8 million subscribers. These are all people who have been following the nonsense. And, it's sort of a theater. I think at some point we, as a Black people, are very, very much drawn to entertainment, because this is what it was for, I believe, most of these 1.8 million subscribers and about 600 million views of this particular kind of an exercise, saying that it is about to exercise and remove the demon of homosexuality, because he has a cure. He has a cure for gayism and lesbianism, and therefore so many people are actually, turning to see what was going on with this particular church. But I think maybe there was some people that did report the nonsense, or something did happen, but the YouTuber was taken down, and he was still telling his followers to go back and and protest about the closure of YouTube. I don't think it's going to be coming back anytime soon. He might not be using that particular platform to carry on with the nonsense. Anyhow, that is a little bit of what has been happening with all these con people, especially the pastors. I do believe people are drawn to the drama. I think it's a drama, and also the entertainment. For most people, especially when you do have these people saying they are conducting exorcism. I have seen such many people, many pastors on TV, especially local. They are called digital TV. The thing that TV is right here in Nairobi. You'll find all sorts of shenanigans are going on with these con men and women in the name of religion, or in the name of doing any good. And delivering the people. It's quote unquote delivering the people, like he was delivering.
Spikes, hold on. Let me lay my hands on you, son. Spikes, do you got the hankering for another man's ass? Spikes, do you got the hankering for another man's ass? Let me put my hands of Jesus on you, Spikes. Lord, praise the Lord. You got another hankering for the being another man's ass, Spikes. I asked you a couple days ago, in the name of Jesus, do you prefer butter or margarine, Spikes? But you didn't answer the Lord's Prayer.
What was going on with him is that he was saying that he has the oil to exercise the demon, and
the butter of the margarine. Praise be his name.
And the thing is, there are so many people that play along. It's like a drama. We do have people who come up from the crowd, and then they say that they have been suffering from the demon of homosexuality in the church, and now they do find their light. They have seen their light, and the light is with this particular pastor. And then they will play all theatrics, all sorts of theatrics, and people will believe in the nonsense, and then they will give their money in the church. That's the kind of a con we do have happening. The biggest con, I think, in Africa is religion. I think that is the biggest con. We do have people, getting involved in all sorts of things, and even cults as well. I think religion, and then the second one that follows is cults. We do have so many other cults that people do find themselves in. Azo, I see. I think I don't know if you have the link, but you can also, let me see.
I sent them a link.
See, so okay.
Strong.
Strong. Thank you. You're saying breaking news: YouTube took down TUS channel. That is a YouTuber took down TUS channel. Probably has some.
Took down TUS a minute ago, because his goopy ass, at least he's goopy, but he mentioned the who Oscar Nazim, who you can't mention. See, it ain't just though white supremacies. I taught you guys that bullshit that the fake grip does. Like this old nigga Tariq with a 10-year-old hairstyle. And this other fake ass this miserable mystery nigga called Jason Black. These fake motherfuckers never mention the real, never. And you got the other voiceless nigga talking about Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is irrelevant. Gives a shit. Talking about Tulsi Gabbard, she's gonna change to be a Republican. What? Who gives a shit? Tulsi Gabbard's going to become a Republican family. It's the black truth. We are fucked up in the head. This idiot, shit that just means nothing. Gives a shit about Tulsi Gabbard becoming a Republican. She's irrelevant. You know, they talk about irrelevant shit because their demographics are usually the ghetto Negro. That's their demographics.
But I do believe it's like we are the audience is also a part of the problem because we are drawn to
I said it was the Negro,
like I was saying,
the Negro audience that they both get. That's why now he's using. That's why I told. Look, he gripped it on the Tariq Nasheed to get his numbers, and it did. It helped his numbers, not as much. And they keep talking, they're being shadow banned. Nobody's shadow banning none of these niggas. You still get the same kind of numbers, but they know the audience is stupid. They're not going to bet. The numbers have not changed. Now, us, we're shadow banned. We put up a video. It takes 20 hours for it to release. They put the videos out instantly. Ours is being researched. We put up a video on a small channel with 140 subs. It gets taken down because it's talking about the real. And when they do talk about the real, it's because they listen to us and they got to go back and check the credibility, right? Because these niggas ain't mentioned that you know what, the vaccine at all. Last week, my voice is still messing. So let me watch this goofy nigga. They're forced to talk about this because people in the chat will say, why these mothers will never talk about this, never talk about that? Because they're told by white people who control the ass, you bet not talk about it. So they give us some lip service every now and then. But they know most black, their demographics is the hood rats. The hood get like these niggas don't got no power. We're so important. My billboards, and I was on McDonald's on 125th Street. Goofy nigga, McDonald's all over the world. I said I was in McDonald's in Johannesburg, nigga. So what? That don't give me no power. I got my mac and cheese in Johannesburg, Mackie D's. It's all kind of dumb nigga shit like that. I got my joke. Got my Mickey D's with cheese in Johannesburg.
Leonard Leo says good afternoon from I don't know, but I think that Kevin dude has really been hurt by some.
Exactly right. They won't get the small hats. That's where we come. Exactly right. See, these are the same niggas that told irritated Genie was an agent. But when he irritated Genie about the real shit, they took him down and ghosted his ass. He's not. You don't see him nowhere on it no more. These niggas mention the small hacks. Learn. They won't mention it. That's the real shit. And since their demographics is too stupid to know that, they won't never touch it. Now, all these goofy niggas, when Tariq pivoted to be now he's a foundational black American, he's now a indigenous Negro. Jason Black and the other faceless nigga are now indigenous. And they keep claiming John Henry Clark wouldn't fuck with none of them. If you guys knew the teachings of Amos Wilson, John Henry Clark, he wasn't fuck with the ghost nigga, Jason Black nigga, or the Tariq nigga. John Henry Clark wouldn't fuck with him because he goes against they go completely against the ideology that was being taught by these teachers. He said, and you got Tariq, oh, my greatest teacher is Francis Cress Wellesley, but I went out and married me a mulatto woman and got me a white woman living with me. Yes, that's the teachings of Francis Cress Wellesley. It's a grift and a hustle, family. That's why you heard Neely Fuller say he didn't know none of them niggas. They would say, Dr. Neely Fuller, Dr. Neely Fuller. They saw somebody asked on some show, do you know Tariq and this Jason Black? They said, nah, I don't know none of these motherfuckers. Dr. Neely Fuller said, I don't know these people. So he's talking about, that's my greatest master teacher. When you going against, how's she your greatest teacher when you going against everything she taught? When she put out the ISIS paper, not fucking with people and making these mulattoes. And you got your mulatto and a white woman living with you. So how's she your greatest teacher? But they know the demographics who they talk to are dumb and stupid. The morons. People talking about that's your damn greatest. This is my greatest master teacher, Francis Cress Wellesley. But I don't follow nothing she says. But she's my master teacher. This is some shit to say. Some goofy shit. It's like with Charles Wu. He got Charles Wu. Yeah, Dr. Boyce Walken is a con man. We use his con man to fool niggas out the money. We make them cry, and then the money comes in. So they asked Tariq and this other Jason Black, hey, what about the Charles Wu situation, Dr. Boyce? What do you think about it? I ain't heard nothing about it. What about next caller? Nothing to see. They both ain't heard nothing about it. You guys heard about it. I heard about it. Spikes in Africa, he heard about it, but these niggas ain't heard nothing about it because they grifting along with it. They're part of the same grift. That's why the same goopy niggas are always in his movies. These fucking low budget, bottom basement ass DVD fucking straight to DVD movies he makes. Yes, for full disclosure, I was telling the truth. I did support number 2 and 3. I did give a donation to this horrible ass shit. I'm still waiting for the houses he's supposed to make in Haiti. Remember? You guys remember that scam? I'm gonna spend me some money, family. We're gonna build some apartments for these poor, wretched ass Haitian niggas. They dirty and poor. Send me money. So you guys sent the money. Has anybody seen the Haitian apartments that he's supposed to make when he was standing in Haiti? Look how dirty it is with these dirty niggas. Send me some money. We're gonna build some apartments, some affordable housing. I'm still waiting. That's 5 years ago. Has anybody seen these affordable housings that Tariq built? I'm waiting. And so, hold on, let me say one more thing. You get out. Keep your thought. So when Dr. Umar was being exposed as a con man, he had to finally cut him loose because everybody was asking about Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar's okay. I don't know nothing about Dr. Umar. But when it got too hot, yeah, family, Dr. Umar's a goddamn con man. Nigga's a straight up con ass nigga. Go ahead, Spikes.
No, just saying you're asking about the houses, but of course they did make what was that? The meet and greet. Was it last year talking about was it last
year? That was this year, that horrible ass conference.
Was that this year? I think that was last year. The meet and greet. Yeah, I think that was last year.
Was
last year, and people went and met and they greeted.
Damn,
I don't know what did happen next.
That was last winter, right? Was that this year? Yeah. Was that last year, Spikes? Go look. You guys, damn, it's been that fast. Damn. I thought it was early this year. It might have been last year, last winter. That horrible ass, that dark ass shit up in there. And I tell you, okay, it was 2020. Spikes is right. Now let me teach you something about being a sociopath and a psychopath. Tariq is a psychopath. Psychopaths know what they're doing. He's a psychopath. He just lies. Not just an habitual liar. He's a psychopath. So when you come and say, yeah, family, my conference was better than ADOS, he knows it wasn't. He's just going to lie. He's a psychopath. Even though I don't agree with the ADOS, their conference was better. It was lit in a nice area, had better food. His shit was a dim light. Motherfuckers starving for hours. It's all dark. Motherfuckers up there just talking crazy. Judge Joe Brown talking crazy. That Hiawatha nigga talking crazy. And they were talking about Africa. I thought it was against Africa. It's supposed to be foundation. That the whole damn thing was disjointed. You said Africa was bad and we were not Africans. You said, but Hiawatha said yes for all when people were Africans. Let's go get your narrative. How's that the FBA conference? Shit was all disjointed. Damn, that was 2020. Damn. Time flying. I thought it was this year.
Yeah, that wasn't this year.
That's why he put them in. That's why he put them in gift packs. Samuel, he got them in gift. Hey, buy the Ogun spray, buy some drawers and socks, buy a fucking hat, buy a goddamn.
Buy a flag as well, perhaps the flag. But anyhow, I do see a comment also here. Stacy Thomas, you're saying I saw the video title of that video whenever was that being done with Rollo, and you're saying he saved the money to buy a powder free for those beasts, and no, I'm checking for the housing. It seems like Samuel couldn't also find it on there as well. Nonetheless, today we shall be looking into different matters that are happening globally with the Black Ops Fire. And I also want to add, everyone that hasn't checked out the website, kindly do and create a profile there and also join our WhatsApp group because it will be easy to get.
Oh, yeah, the keychain, that was it. The Goopy keychain, what was that shit called? The Karen key? All these bum-ass Chinese products he come with. From Alibaba, the keychain. Buy the Karen, because we're talking about Karen. Buy the Karen keychain. Go get it, family. It cost me 2 cents to buy on Alibaba. I'm selling it for only $30. Buy the keychain, family. I got on Alibaba for 2 cents, and the markup is $30 for me. Alibaba, you goofy niggas. And don't forget to go get butt broken. It's on. What?
Phantom Beat, thank you so much for joining us. You said Rolly got rolled out. Sean Scott, thank you so much for joining us as well. And Lanet, Leo, those are ritualistic murders of black women are taking place right
Probably because
now.
they went to go watch that butt broken.
Mm,
We're going to do a ritual on you, broads. We just got the butt broken.
And as well, I think you put up a comment here, and I remember you shared with us something also that did take place recently that has to do with another murder that also is very, very close, can be likened to the murder of Breonna Taylor. And I understand that even if people did go out and strike, and protest for the police reforms, I don't think any of these reforms are actually being seen anyway. It's just another new day, which is the same as what did happen in the previous. And nonetheless, I think I will be putting up that video. I will be sharing it as we move on. But there has been this story of Asian hate, and now they are saying it has actually happened, and this was in New York City, where they had been attacked even with Hamas. And I don't know where this particular one will end at the end of the day, but I saw this particular video. Let me share this really quick, where we do find people even getting attacked with Hamas, but there is something going on with this. There is an end to this particular story. Whether it has been staged or not, this is a video of the woman, showing a stranger attacking the Asian woman with a hammer in NYC in New York City, and the woman they're saying the woman was not injured, but this is how it actually went down with these all Asian crime. They're saying that they were pushing for a bill which is meant to protect them, but we shall also this particular one goes.
It's some old made up. So it's a black woman with a hammer attacking Asians randomly. This is some old made up shit again. But it's all easily on camera. It's all propaganda. So what was her beef and why was she attacking these Asian people with hammers? Understand how propaganda works. I'm gonna get you Asians I'm just carrying my trusty hammer out here in New York. Get the fuck out. Who walks around with a hammer?
And then they
look how this is all taking place right in front of the camera. The motherfucker ain't leaving. She ain't leaving the fucking camera.
That's what I said. It's all phony. Exactly right. It's all phony. Wrong woman with her. It'll show stranger attacking Asian women. This is all phony bullshit. This is convenient. She had to be in the camera and then look at my hammer, you fucking Asians. I'm gonna do some damage with my hammer. The fuck God, this is ridiculous bullshit.
Now they're saying in North Carolina they want to be protected. Sorry about that. Now they're saying they want to be protected in North Carolina. They're saying they want the passing of the Hate Crimes Prevention Act, and they're saying more than 100 Asian North Carolina spent the day speaking to state leaders on behalf of the state bill over tonight.
And we got to get conferences to get any legislation passed. I think that's funny. But like I said, if we're not allowed to talk about the truth, but they got no legislation with this fucking vaccine shit. And we on smaller channels talking about it, they take it down because that's the real. And all these sellout niggas, and there's like this fake ass Tariq, and this fake ass Jason Black, and this fake ass Professor Truth don't even mention the shit because they're not authorized by their handlers to mention what's actually going on. But they can talk about this side shit, this Asian. This is completely orchestrated, easily seen. This is psyop by the CIA to try to raise the Asians as a protected class. Ain't nobody running around New York with no fucking hammer. Go ahead.
The whole Stop Asian Hate is a distraction and a detraction from the movement that we have attempting to establish and the progress that we are making. In the last month, there have been more than 3 black women. I've seen 3 national stories at least of black women being killed, but their murders being covered up as potential suicides, and all of them involved water. There was the woman in Dallas, Miss Dallas, that was swirling. Then there was the LSU student, a sister down in LSU, she was a freshman. They said she committed suicide jumping off of the Lake Pontchartrain Bridge. What's that, I-20 right there that goes over Lake Pontchartrain. They said she jumped off and committed suicide. She was a freshman. And now 40 Glock a rapper from Dipset, his daughter, who was going to Buffalo State in New York, she come up missing. They haven't found her body, but they're saying she committed suicide by jumping into the Niagara Falls.
Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no black woman jumping into no damn Niagara Falls. I don't care. She's fucking batshit crazy.
If she was gonna kill herself, she could have killed herself in a dorm room. She could have killed herself in a dorm room. All of these damn college students. Why are you jumping in the damn Mississippi River or the Lake Pontchartrain when you could have killed yourself in your dorm room? Why are you jumping into Niagara Falls when you could have killed yourself in your dorm room if you're gonna commit suicide? None of this shit makes sense.
Exactly.
I agree with you, and of course, when they are not talking about suicides or women actually committing suicide themselves, we also do have the incident that we did talk about, which is very, very close, and I think has also brought this to attention yesterday on the chat. I wanted to share the video briefly. These things, I think, they are covered up, and at the end of the day, they did not even make it to what we call the mainstream media. They will actually be shared as backstories or other stories on our page or on the other page. And this is another woman that was, of course, killed. They're saying she was killed after when there was an exchange of gunfire between by the police. Let me share these.
Serving a search warrant before dawn early Tuesday morning on US 17 near Woodbine. This, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. The early morning shootout occurred around, follow me, fam, a news release from the GBI issued just before 3 p.m. Tuesday stated that law enforcement knocked and announced themselves before making entry into the residence. The GBI said that upon entry, there was an exchange of gunfire between the occupants of the home and law enforcement. According to the FBI, the occupants of the home were identified as 37-year-old LaToya James, who was shot and died at the scene, and 47-year-old Varshawn Brown, who was injured and hospitalized at UF Health in Jacksonville. Of course, the family don't believe this bullshit. Fam, at this point,
there is more police killings, even as we talk about, police reforms, and I think police reforms might be just.
But I don't know what happened with that. I know, some more bullshit of somebody breaking into my house or something, killing somebody. I don't know, whatever. Not getting any justice. So
what did?
Go ahead.
And I'm just saying, what did happen is that there was a killing of the 37-year-old, and they are saying that there was an exchange between the police and
the family. I'm not going to do nothing till the family comes out and say what it is. So I told you, I wait for the family. I don't go out on no limb and say yes, this, that. Till I see the family put in some work, say what it is. Don't get that Benjamin Crump come out there. I believe that everybody should be loving everybody with the Lord and everybody. What we do is talk about justice and injustice to women. So nah. Women fatally shot as
that is the Benjamin Crump.
Yeah, so is this one right here or is this another one?
It's the same. It's the same one.
Yeah, it's one and serve one is glued at the hip with daughter. Dang. Did they kill the daughter too?
I do believe they just shot the woman. They did not kill. They did not.
Damn, right with the child there. Shit,
the man that was injured. The man that was injured is her cousin. This woman's cousin. She lived with her male cousin.
All right. Well, let me share this, Spike. So let me share my screen real quick. I'm gonna show something about an awakening happened with the youth in Africa. And now I've been listening. I go listen to a lot of white people, see what they got to say about some things. I can't verify this, but somewhere, and white wing alternative media, they seem to think there's gonna be a wave of consciousness. I can't verify because I got no way to. I'm trying to research it. I got no way to justify what they're saying or say whether they say it's credible. They seem to think there's a wave of consciousness coming in 2022. And of course, from the all, right, a wave of consciousness was going to wake up everybody immediately. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's what they seem to believe. But I do know we are in the beginning of the wake up. That's why we're taking down videos. That's why it's a concerted effort to keep us shut up. And so we know, I want to talk about Chad and what's going on with Chad right now, how these cats are riding the streets. Now, when the European came in and petitioned up Africa, he made sure Africans don't know each other anymore. Africans used to know each other. And through the fake making of Kenya, Nigeria, and all this shit, they made them not know each other. And then take on separate identities. I'm Kenyan, I'm Nigerian, I'm Zimbabwean, I'm Tanzanian, all this old goofy shit with these fraudulent ass borders. And so, but there's an awakening coming because, like I said, when you knew that the damn fly, you know, with the president of Chad being murdered by the French is trying to maintain its colonies because they never left. The English, the French, they never left Africa. So they're trying to maintain their colonies by, you had France come in and just overlook the people. You're supposed to live in a fake democracy. Democracy doesn't work in Africa. It never was meant to work. It's because of division and tribalism like it's done. And so when you see Macron go in there, instead of them having, put the next person in power who's supposed to be the vice president, they said, no. We're going to put the son of the president as the president, as some kind of a monarchy. So the people of Chad said, we're not no goddamn monarchy. And we don't want his ass. And we don't want the damn military. Now, I will say one thing. Chad is the only real fucking military now. So I've been doing my research in Africa. I didn't go no more. Chad is. Chad is the only one real that can take it to this cracker. That's why Chad is so important. Chad has got the only real military in Africa that can do some real fucking work. Do some real work. So it behooves the French to make sure they keep control of it. So with this fake pandemic and everybody afraid, Macron flies in because the pandemic is phony. Flies in, France supposed to be shut down, Chad's supposed to be shut down, but he can bring his ass in there and be at the funeral. And then told these people, yeah, we're gonna put this guy's son in as president, and you niggas better shut up. But the Negroes didn't shut up. They started tearing shit apart, saying the only way you're gonna rule us up here is gonna be open warfare. So there's the wake up happening. France and England, they never left. They left their puppets. So like I said, you can't, shout out to Dr. Mumba, he's been listening. You can't get free underneath another person's monetary system, which is economics, educational system, and social structure. That's why I told these other goopy niggas are phonies. I'm calling out everyone, that fake ass Jason Black, that fake ass Black Authority, and that fake ass Tariq. I want that smoke. Come get it, niggas. I know you know I'll break every one of y'all backs. Let's do it. And hey, we can do it in a long as it's in a neutral place. Let's get it in. Not gonna ever do that. Their audience is hood rat niggas and goopy broads. That's who they audience is. They're never gonna move the needle or do anything. It's just distractional shit. Or they never mention the real power behind throne, Ashkenazi, and the Mossad run around Africa, and the CIA and all that shit. Who created the damn CIA? Anyway, but let me share this. Like I happen to catch this on my feed. It's a young Kenyan girl who actually tells the truth. Who actually tells the truth about what's going on. Why doesn't she know what's going on in Chad, which is right up the way from Kenya? Why don't we know it? Why don't they know each other no more? Before colonialism, African moved freely throughout Africa and knew each other. Now they don't know each other and they think they're different people. So she's actually saying, tear down the borders like you're supposed to. Right? These are artificial European constructs to keep power, to keep division, and to keep confusion. So they can steal. So we know what's been found in Chad, oil and gas. That's why Nigeria right now has been ripped to shreds, and they put that puppet Buhari in. Because as I went back and started researching Nigeria again, Nigeria was going to be on the rise, most likely within 5 to 6 years. It was going to be the number 3 economic power on the planet. Number 3. Behind the United States, China, it was going to be Nigeria. And from then on, the rest of Africa. So they had to start tearing it apart. Right now, Nigeria's a fucking basket case. Because they put that puppet ass fucking Buhari in, and now you got the Fulani running around talking about we're going to kill motherfuckers. We're going to take over all Nigeria, these ignorant ass Islamic niggas. When you go back 7, 8, 9 years ago, Nigeria was understanding they are economic power fucking house. They allow people to come in and debase their currencies and no more of that shit. Nigeria has more oil than Saudi Arabia. So why the fuck are the heirs richer than Nigeria? So all that was about to come to an end. So they went in with the French and all this. That's when you got the Boko Harams and all this destabilizing shit of stealing children. So as Nigeria became an economic power, the rest of Africa was going to become an economic power. So you got the dismantling of Nigeria right now. As we speak. I said, what's with the disjoining of Nigeria? Because it was becoming an economic powerhouse. That's why. And even with the Jesus shit that was going to eventually wane, they were realizing, hey, we can't be debasing and devaluing our currency for these crackers no more. Can't explain why Nigeria is goddamn the richest country in Africa and they're in perpetual poverty. Richer than South Africa, richer than fucking Morocco, richer than goddamn Libya, richer than fucking Egypt. It's the richest country on the continent. So why is it mired in poverty? Because the Europeans have destabilized, they put that puppet Buhari in. That's why. And then they gave his no good ass a second term. He's a puppet. And so now Nigeria's going through internal strife, about to be broken apart, and that's what they want to do. Because you got the Igbos talking about, we want out of this shit. We want out of Nigeria. They say, we want a second Biafra. We want out of it. You got the Fulanis going and just killing fucking people, stealing land in a sovereign country, when they all supposed to be Nigerians. That's the goddamn. Go ahead, Zoe.
But in my opinion, the whole background behind that ties back to these projections of Nigeria having the largest population in Africa in the next 20 coming years. They're working to destabilize that and prevent that from occurring right now in the present. So, and the same thing for when you were talking about Chad being pivotal to the awakening of Africa. I think that it's happening to all Africans on the planet because we're receiving additional light in the solar system right now. So that's why Bill Gates and all of them are trying to globally block the sun out.
Of course, I agree with you. I agree with you. You're telling the truth. That's the truth. I'm saying it's happening all of the one time. I'm just explaining by using different flashpoints of what's happening. That there's an awakening. They're trying to stop gap all these awakenings going on and try to keep their power. But let me share what this young Kenyan girl said. Because let me share this. I was like, wow. She knows your educational system is shit. If they move on to French, it could change. Of course, they're not battle hardened like the Chadian board. The Chadian has a better military. Chad is battle hardened. If they can, but they're controlled by the French. French want to make sure they got complete control of Chad still. Chad and military is the strongest, most of the strongest African military. These other militaries are just phony. Kenyan military is a joke. Tanzanian military is a joke. I would say the Zimbabwean military was once pretty good. Angola was.
Okay, though.
Go ahead.
No, I just thought that was Orlando Winter who was talking about Chad being used by other nations as a base. That is what I understand. So I'm not really sure whether Chad owns the military might that might be there. I'm not really sure whether they own it, but it's okay. You can proceed.
He said Lando said Chad was being used as a
That was Lando Winter who was saying that the Chad has been used as a base for other countries. So I'm not really sure whether
of course
on the equipment there.
Because of course it's been used as a base.
Yeah.
It has to do with their military because the puppets are involved in controlling the country. But Chad developed still a real military. You don't got any real military. No real military in Kenya, fucking Ghana, Burkina Faso, fucking Cote d'Ivoire. There's no real military. The jokes.
This is
uniforms on.
Something to consider, though, Spike. All of those countries in Chad to use Chad as a base, or are all of those countries in Chad because they know that that's a flashpoint and they need to be there in case some shit jump off, they can go ahead and snuff that flame out?
That's what I think. And that's what I think because Chad is Africa is separated by.
I understand.
Go ahead, Spike.
I was just saying. I understand that Chad might be the place where they used to bring in weapons, and distribute them in West Africa. That is what I was. That was my understanding that they used Chad to bring in the French. Used Chad to bring in the.
They use Chad as the military arm of their power because the real military. Yeah, I agree. That doesn't change the fact that Chad has a real military. It is to be reckoned with. It's a real fucking military fighting force. And you're right. Africa is separated by fake borders and made-up countries in order to allow the Europeans complete control and destruction of the continent. Islamic and ethnic wars that will facilitate the destruction. Exactly. But I agree with that, Spike. They use Chad, yes. They don't go to fucking Kenya. They don't go to fucking Uganda. Hey, let's use your goofy military. They use Chad. Chad has got a real fucking military. That's what I'm saying. There's a real fucking military like Angola used to have. It's a real functioning, fighting fucking military. And that's why what Zoe is saying, I believe is true. That's why they're there, to make sure they have safeguards on that fucking military. Make sure that military does not decide to have thoughts of its own and say, fuck this, let's run roughshod through Africa and take the shit over. Let's go and just take Africa over ourselves, and then we'll unite it by force. There's no military Africa that can stop Chad. Kenya can't. They run through them like butter. Fucking Uganda can't. They'll run through them like butter. Fucking the Central African Republic can't. They'll run through theirs like butter. That's why the people are there. Go ahead.
Who supplied Chad's weaponry? That's my question.
You got France and Russia. So then they make you got France. So
what I would like to see is African-made weaponry. I would like to see some reverse engineering of AK-47s and all of this shit, whatever they using, so we can make our own guns.
How about that, Zoe? Common sense, like the Chinese, but reverse engineer, take it and reverse engineer and build your own shit. Common sense shit, exactly right. Common sense. It should have been done a long time ago. I'm not sure how many soldiers that they got, but they're battle hard. Has to do with the numbers, Shepo. It's the professionalism of the service. How good are they? How effective are they? So not the numbers. You can have a big military and be worthless. So it's not the numbers. How effective they are as military individuals. So, like I said, when you look at Chad's military, it's not for show. It's real. Most African militaries got all goofy motherfuckers doing British or French marchings and all that goofy shit. Look at us march down the street like black British people. All that old dumb shit. Right? Who can be the most black British? Who can be the most black French? All that old goofy shit. But hold on, let me share this real quick. I'm gonna go get my tea probably burning back there. Let me share this real quick here. Now the young girl, I know the young girl here is Kenyan, and what she said is so apropos. Because 10 years ago, you wouldn't get this from no Kenyan and no one else on the continent. You just wouldn't get this level of wisdom. So let me know it's a wake up from somebody that's young.
Thank you very much for this. I will start with a story. Some years back, when I was in university in Kenya, I was invited to go for a movie with a group of friends. I'd never been to the cinema before. So I went to the big screen, and as I was sitting there, I had not appreciated how big the screen was going to be. The screen was huge, massive. Never seen anything like that in my life. Anyway, it was a Chinese movie. Never seen a Chinese movie either. And in this movie, the opening was some people had come and they'd broken into this house, and there was a small baby who was sleeping. And these people came to kill the baby. I came to kill the family, the parents of the baby. And the baby woke up. The baby was around 1 week old. This baby did proper martial arts at 1 year. He was flying in the air and he managed to slay everyone else. You know how these Chinese movies are. Somewhere along that movie, at one place, the chicken was fighting the cow. Really, I kid you not. And at one time, the snake was fighting a samurai, and the samurai was throwing guns and knives, and it was a movie that I left the cinema thinking, what was that? I did not make sense of anything there. Children are fighting, whatever. And I left and I wondered, what was that? So now, why am I telling you this story? It's because I was reading on this story of Chad. After I knew I was coming to this show, I said, let me go and research a little bit more on Chad. And that's the first problem that I had. Why am I researching about Africa?
Exactly.
This is my continent.
Exactly.
Why are we having these nations? Why are we having these borders?
Exactly.
These are colonial borders. Colonial people, the colonialists, sat together in a room, in a conference, and decided to partition Africa. In 2021 May, why are we talking of these partitions that were not our own making? So here I was, reading about Chad, me saying I'm coming from Kenya, reading about Chad. We are one people.
Exactly. You're one people.
So anyway, as I'm reading, I read about the story of the president who was killed. So I read that he'd been in power for 30 years. This is something that I'm reading on mainstream media. So Brother Kunza, you will correct me where I'm wrong, because I'm simply reading. I don't know anyone from Chad. So anyway, I read that he was in power for 30 years with the support of France. I read that France colonized them. So first of all, I question, why should the colonizers be supporting us? It's like you are raped and your rapist is supporting you. That is like the Chinese movie I watched.
Now she's understanding. The African is thinking. She's finally thinking, why are you got the rapists talking about supporting you and he's the ones that raped you? They're the ones gave you a goofy economic system, one that gave you a goofy educational system. And you hear all these puppet leads like from Kenyan, oh, thank God for the British, and Prince Philip died. We love Prince Philip, how he died and used to rape our women and children and beat us and shit. It's great. And hell, Prince Philip, and may he go to heaven. He's such a good man. All kind of ignorant nigga shit. But the youth will say, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's gonna give tribute to the people that raped and robbed us and beat and destroyed our damn existence on the planet and our humanity?
It doesn't really make sense. So he wins an election on the 11th of April. Then there is a militia group called FACT. And this FACT is a militia group. And in their site, in their website or in Wikipedia, it says they exist to remove the Chad government. That is their motive. They exist to remove the Chad government. According to Wikipedia, so they've written out there that we are FACT. FACT stands for something. And they say, it's a French name, I can't pronounce it, so I just say FACT, how they've written, the FACT. And they say they exist to remove the Chad government, which has had one president for 30 years, who got in through a coup, meaning he removed someone to get there. So anyway, again, another question that he came through a coup and stayed for so long and got elected by 80% win. We know about elections in Africa. Again, another Chinese movie. Elections in Africa, you cannot understand them. You wonder why we go through it. Democracy is a ruse in Africa.
Exactly.
Chinese movie this is. Anyway, he won on the 11th. Then he decided on the 19th, he was supposed to go after you win, you take the oath of office. He decided instead of taking the oath of office, he is going to meet the rebels from FACT who have written they exist to remove the Chad government. So he went to meet them. A 68-year-old man, 68, went there to meet the rebels. He sustained injuries because it looks like the rebels were not ready to say, welcome, Mr. President, we know you won. It was not that kind of meeting. Because they say that he got injured and then on the 20th, he died. So after the death, the Chinese movie now, this is whereby the child has finished kicking. Now the chicken is about to come and start fighting with the cow. Because now after he dies, the constitution says that the leader of the assembly,
Exactly.
the president of the assembly, kind of like the speaker, is supposed to take over
Here comes France.
between 45 to 90 days as an election is done. In this case, that is that they come up and they say, no, that's not going to happen. We are going to take the military. The military is going to take over. And the head of the military is the president's son.
His son is
Mahatma Samuel. So he takes over. So they form a new rule. The constitution is thrown by the wayside. So now they say, let the military take over. Now, that is now the chicken fighting the cow now. So you're thinking, oh my wait, what's the chicken doing here? Then the snake and the samurai come to start fighting, and you're like, okay, where did this come from? And this is what happens now next. The French president comes to the funeral. They're telling us there is a pandemic happening. So travel has been affected.
exactly a pandemic.
So people are not traveling. In fact, this France had closed borders. He's closed borders. Right now, you can't go to France as you wish. But the president of France, Macron, leaves France to attend this funeral when the country has broken into war after the death of the president. So he is not going to a peaceful country. He's going to a country that is protesting the death of the president. At the same time, he's also protesting the military taking over as opposed to the speaker. At the same time, the coup, the FACT people are saying we are advancing, we are going to the state house, to the main house. So the country is in turmoil. And the president of France decides to go in. We have not even talked about the pandemic and, Corona is out there, ready to kill people.
Exactly.
And he plans to attend a funeral of an African president. That to me is the thing that I did not understand at all. Why is he coming? Then not only does he attend the funeral, he also is given time to speak in a funeral, to speak at the funeral. So he is honored to be there. He's given an honor. And when he speaks, it's as if he's addressing a province of France. He is not speaking like a guest at a funeral. He is speaking like a man at home. He is right at home. So I'm inclined to agree with Brother Kunta here and say that France never left. This to me is a proper movie. And now the people are protesting against the military taking over. And France has the audacity to say it supports this move. Now you wonder, why is France commenting on this? Why? Does Chad comment on France matters? Does France comment on matters to do with the UK or the US or anything? Or France feels so entitled that they can comment on matters to do with African matters?
They never left.
So that is the question that I asked. And to me, this has been like one big Chinese movie. And then I go further. So I was reading a lot about Chad. I realized that Chad is oil rich.
Yep.
And it's surrounded by countries that are oil rich.
And gas.
And I find that anywhere we have oil, there will always be war. And there will always be a Western country standing there.
Unstable.
So these are our problems as an African people. Now, our problem as an African people is, first of all, we do not know who our enemies are and who our friends are.
Thank God.
Here I am sitting
glad you
like an
understand
African people.
You got no friends. All these other races are enemies. Only friends you got are other African people. And you better learn this. But you don't need anybody else because you're the majority on the planet. But you better learn this quickly. Because now they're trying to wipe us completely out. I did it. France came in and thought they were comfortable enough to dictate to a form. You're supposed to be your own sovereign country. Macron went in there like he was talking to his own citizens and said, you better not go against France. And like we all know, France also supplying arms to the rebels to keep the country destabilized so they can steal the oil and the gas. Because there are no oil and gas in fucking France. And that's what these Germans do. The French are Germans. So you got another goddamn Germans coming to Africa, still controlling African people. So the youth are finally waking up. I don't hear no more what she got to say. She said enough. Go ahead, Zoe.
I just want to say that what we see going on the African continent will continue into perpetuity until Africa is only for Africans. Until all of these outside nations are removed from the continent, we're going to have this same shit happening over and over and over until these people go extinct, and then they'll have their puppets in place to continue the confusion and chaos.
Exactly it. Yeah, she was amazing.
The young lady,
yeah, she was. I should let her finish. I did a spikes. I cut her too short, but she was amazing. But that's the youth. That's like Zoe saying was true. What Zoe said is true. That's the wake up that's happening to all African people globally. That wake up is coming. Because you never heard no Kenyan girl, she couldn't be no more about 22, 23, talk like that 10 years ago and had a mastery of the issue by using a Chinese movie that she seen some years ago to tie it all together, right? But I did do a Spikes. Go ahead, Spikes.
Spikes, are you near that woman? Yeah. Are you near in the country?
What she was witnessing there was a no, I'm just saying. No, that is a Chebet. That is Chebet. I do not know of the lady. I just saw her name was Sheila Chebet. I do not know. I haven't seen her before. This is the first time I just saw her. But I was saying that what she was witnessing there was the Kabuki theater. What I keep likes to talk about the Kabuki. She did not know what was happening with the Chinese, and she used it at that particular.
What's going on with this Chinese movie? Babies flying.
Very what?
She had me laughing because she did. What's going on with this Chinese movie? Babies flying, chickens fighting.
But when
it's like a 4-second delay. What Spikes is hearing us late, Keith.
Africa.
Yeah, there's a delay there. I wouldn't really hear what there's a bit of a delay. But I was saying what was happening when the French president came in there. It's a kind of an authority that he was given. He was exuding when he was giving this particular kind of a warning to the people of West Africa. He was warning them. He was warning the West Africa leaders to stop anti-French sentiment. And the thing is, he was making it on the reverse. He wanted to make it seem as if it's Africans that do need France, whereas it's France that has taken everything from the parasitic leadership. But this is what he was saying. He was saying that he wants to know whether the African leaders need the soldiers.
It's all that Kabuki theater. They're not going to leave unless they're forced out. It's going to be, like Zoe says, it's going to be war. You're going to kill these Germans, these French Germans, get their ass out of Africa. They're not going to never leave. This number Kabuki theater nonsense, what you're saying, Spikes. They're not going to leave. How they leave? France is poor. What does France have? What? Some old fucking day-old cheese shit? What do they got? Nothing. What does England got? Nothing. They're not going to leave Africa because we told you, without Africa, they're permanently put in poverty, right? They're immediately put in poverty. They know that. The African doesn't know that. But the girl right there, she knows they're waking up. So, like I said, and like she said, why should I know people of Chad? And that's true, because not just even ancient times, in regular time, Spikes, Africans all knew each other because they walked and met each other. There was no borders. White man partitioned off Africa so he can keep control of it. Now you need visas. I'm Kenyan. You're none of that shit. That's the white man's construction. So that's why he's always been against tearing down the artificial borders that he created, because that keeps him in power. As soon as the African tears that shit down and say, fuck it. And people say, oh, we got to trade with the Europeans. No, you don't. Like Zoe just says, you take the shit they got in the country, reverse engineer it, and start building. You got everything. Why do you need to trade with Europe? They don't got shit to trade with you. All you got to do is take the technology that sits in Africa and reverse engineer it and start building it for yourself. That's all you got to do. Africa doesn't need the rest of the world. Nothing that the world has can give to Africa. Africa has everything. Doesn't need the world.
What was that country that they started making their own vehicles that we saw a couple of weeks ago? What was that? Was that in Kenya?
No, Nigeria. That was Nigeria. You're talking about the company.
Because
yeah.
Exactly. Because all it takes is a small amount of tweaks wherein a car manufacturing factory can also make weaponry. That's all. You got the machinery already there.
I agree with you, but the problem is we have taken too long as African people. Even if you go to South Africa, I think South Africa is the only country that is, actually actively involved in making any kind of ammunition. I think they do make their bullets and other things in South Africa, but I think it's only I'm yet to know of whether Egypt is also involved in making its own. But if you look at the whole 54 countries on the continent, maybe less than five. Maybe less than five that have invested in real military, trying to build up military power. I'm yet to know of others that.
That's just me. Okay, that's you guys. I thought it was me. I thought everything went down. That's just me on the other computer pros. Okay.
Yeah, no, the same thing happened to me, Keith, a little while ago. That's why I had to come back, because they fucking with the stream or something. I ain't no telling, man. But when the sister was talking, the Kenyan sister was talking just then, and she was speaking about the Belgian the Berlin conference. It's ironic to me that you had a bunch of European nations meeting and discussing the carving up of Africa, and yet whenever Africans meet to discuss African business, there's always an overseer from these other countries. It's like during slavery times, there always had to be a white overseer doing church to listen in to make sure them niggas weren't talking about some type of revolution or something.
Exactly.
And it's not happening.
Go ahead, Spikes. Go ahead.
Even when that is not happening, they are also trying to bug. Remember there was a time they did bug the African Union. The Chinese did offer to construct the building of the African Union, which is also a shame. How are you putting the Chinese to work to come and construct the building, which is the African Union, and then put the bags on there when you're having any important discussions about Africa? They already have the bags. Every other information is being transmitted. Even if they are not there physically, they have made sure that the intelligence they are collecting is, all around. I do believe in West Africa, there's a lot of French intelligence from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, all these other countries, about 10 of them that were former French colonies. Nothing that they can actually do. Nothing. Go on.
Before the Berlin Conference, how many countries were there in Africa, Keith?
What's that? Say it again.
Before the Berlin Conference, how many countries were there in Africa?
With who? With who? White people or black people?
No, the entire continent of Africa consisted of how many countries prior to the white nations carving it up?
Kingdoms. There were no countries. It was free. It was open space. It was free. You had kingdoms. Africans moved in each other's kingdom freely. There was no borders. There was no state. There was no countries. They were kingdoms.
How long did it take? How long did it take before the ideology and division and the mentality among Africans started to kick in, where they started seeing themselves as these individual nations?
But they were falling apart. They didn't see themselves as nations. That the Europeans made them nations. They weren't nations. The European came when they petitioned them. The European came and made them nations. They never made them nations. Like I said, why didn't you get rid of the nations? As I gotta give Kwame Nkrumah his credit when he said we got to tear down these fake nations. And Sorry, just listen. No, we want to go slow. He said, no. When you goopy Negroes get power, you're not going to want to relinquish power. Let's now. I don't want to be the Kenyan. The Ghanaian president. Let's be Africans again. We don't want to build individual countries. We don't want to do that. It's a bit too hard to tear it down. The European knew that. That's why he partitioned it and told them when they got independence, you must keep the borders. That's what the fuck you gonna tell me? I'm supposed to be independent. They told the African you must keep the borders that they created. The African did the most dumb. She kept the borders, kept the political system that wasn't his, and the worst thing, the educational system he kept. So you colonize within your fucking mind. You just all you are just a black Mzungu in your thinking. That's why the educational system's so terrible that you don't know. Like the girl said, you don't know yourself. You don't know who you're. Like she said, she knows now instinctively that you're one people. Like she just told you can't be Kenyan, you can't be Ghanaian. I'm gonna cut it too damn early. She said that she's gonna say you can't be Kenyan, can't be Tanzanian, you can't be Ugandan, can't be Nigerian. You got to be African first. That's what you were before. You wasn't none of these things. You wasn't no Kenyan no 200 years ago. Didn't exist. You wasn't no Nigerian 200 years ago. Didn't exist. You wasn't no fucking South African. Didn't exist. No Zimbabwe and all that old goofy shit. So it's saying.
Okay, well, what I'm asking is this though: how many generations did it take before that mentality seeped in? Before the European mentality took over in the African people? There was always one people prior. How many generations did it take for them?
Exactly. Tribalism did facilitate enslavement. I missed this comment. Lando, that's right. That's that. Okay, the African was we go to sleep. The African had become too many tribes, and then a European came in and made more tribes. That's another thing black people don't know. A lot of these tribes you see are not Africans. They're created by Europeans to cause more division. Like I had to tell Rumby that the Shona tribe was not an African tribe. It's created by the European. When we're talking about the Hutu and the Tutsi, that's not a real African tribe. It's created by the Belgians in Rwanda. When they measure their heads and shit. Spike, do me a favor. Show me images of images of the Belgians measuring the Rwandans' heads. So he said, if you had a big head, you was a Hutu. If you had a skinny face, you was a Tutsi. So they created fake tribes and then caused them to have divisions, hatred amongst themselves. So yeah, the Caucasoids made tribes made by Nabisco. They made phony tribes. Say images of the Belgians measuring the heads of the Rwandan people. And so they went in there and started creating a tribes. You got any images?
Let me see if I this is one of the images that you're trying to measure.
So exactly, see the heads. So I come in and measure your head. I say, so your head's bigger than mine. You a Hutu. My head's smaller. I'm a Tutsi. And so then I put separation, right? I say, well, you know what? You damn Hutus are stupid and dumb. The Tutsis are over you. You're the same fucking people. But the Europeans said, no, now you're two different goopy tribes. And then later on, you commit genocide on each other. So because the European also came in and made different tribes, and the African doesn't know. You didn't. It wasn't that you just had a bunch of tribes. The Europeans came and made even more tribes. Make sure they kept you conquered. And so
the Hutus and the Tutsis spoke the same language and everything.
Yeah, they spoke the same language. They were one people. They had one king. So the European came and said, "No, now you're two different people." Go ahead, Spikes.
Here it also reads that the Belgian colonialists the Belgian colonialists believed that Tutsis were naturally superior
Exactly.
nobility descended from the Israelite tribe of the Ham. The Rwandan royalty was a Tutsi. Belgians distinguish between the Hutus and Tutsis by their nose size, their height,
Exactly, by the nose, if you had
their
a
eye
big,
type. Another indicator.
like some people in your family have big butts. That some people in your family got big nose, some don't. So they took, like they said, the royal family of the Rwandans, they called them Tutsis. Anybody had a different phenotype, they labeled them as Hutus. They created a whole different people, so called Hutus.
So did the Rwandans, were they aware of what the Belgians did in the Congo? Were they aware of that when they let these motherfuckers come and
Probably did.
divide them like that?
They probably did because, of course, the Congo and Rwanda are the same. It's just a
Same, yeah.
small.
It wasn't Rwanda. Yeah, the Congo, Rwanda with one empire, with one people.
So
Sure they did, but I'm sure they did.
Like how weak were they How weak were they minds to allow the oppressor to come in there and cause division like that?
When we go to sleep, you gotta say. That's why I say that too. So it discusses. May say how weak of a mind. So it means the African was mostly almost like retarded. Let's just be honest. The African mind was almost like retarded. Like almost because just to do the things they've done and to be conquered, where we conquered, the African mind was really retarded. And then it also accepted these people as they divided them and started stealing the resource. Then they went in and then also made them their God. Also made them, hey, we're your God, niggas. Right? You're talking about a level of retardation. It's there's no way around it. Because you, like you said, how can you say someone can come in after 1,000 years, completely disclassify? You know you were one people. Because as Spike just read it, the royal family was supposedly they were one people. The Belgians came in, started measuring heads and noses. Oh, now you're not Hutu. Your nose is big. But that's my sister. But she's a Tutsi. Her nose is small. That's what happens, though. Your mama became a Tutsi. Your son became a Hutu. And then through generations later on, you didn't know the backstory no more. So then, and then they put the Tutsis against the Hutus. Hutus against the Tutsis. They put the Tutsis on a pedestal and said, you big nose niggas are fucked up. So the Hutus became angry and were treated badly for years and generations. They said, we go kill these motherfucking Tutsis, even though they were their family. They were their family generations ago. Say, we're going to kill these motherfuckers. Go ahead, Spikes.
The funny way I see here that the most insane way in which they used also to categorize. I see below here they say another indicator to distinguish the Hutu farmers from the Tutsi pastoralists was the number of cattle owned. If you own more cattle, probably they would put you in the Tutsi.
So if you own more cattle, you are now a Tutsi. I got 13 cattle. This nigga's got 3. He's a Hutu. That's how crazy.
Yeah, another indicator.
You're talking about a level of retarded niggas, man. And divided your family in your own. That's what they did, Dina. They came into your house and divided your own family in your own house. That's why Zoe said it's so mind blowing what happened that we can't even wrap our minds around it. What Zoe said, well, how bad could they be mentally? African was retarded. He had devolved in a part of being retarded. We gotta be honest. African devolved into a place of retardedness. It's just crazy. Yeah, you never knew that.
You can see the people involved.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zoe.
That picture that Spikes had up, with the one with the blue, where he was measuring his eyes and his nose, and who gave that brother a fade like that? That's what I'm saying. Like this kind, he got a bald fade. Who was rocking bald fades back then? Oh, this shit don't make no sense.
No,
People take this shit for
that's what
granted.
used to
You
be.
gotta-
These were the people in charge of measuring the noses. You can see them seated very, very well. They probably, of course, were using one of these chiefs telling them you are the greatest, or you are the royal family, or some other shit, and
Yeah.
making them
Yeah,
they
okay,
got
so it
everything.
came and started making all these other goopy tribes from Zimbabwe to South Africa. When it came in and made the Shona tribe, Shona people think they're really a tribe. You're a British creation to divide and steal land. You're not a real tribe of people. It's created by the British. So I tried to explain it to Rumby. I said, Rumby, you're Shona, right? So yes. I said, it's not a real tribe. It's created by the British. What are you talking about, Keith? I said, your tribe is not real, sweetheart. It's a British creation. When they came into still Africa, they started creating tribes. More tribes to cause more division. So with division, they can conquer. And that's what they did. That's what they did. So it's you're talking about you're talking about a wicked genius. These crackers are wickedly genius. They're wicked. You're talking about a wicked genius. Wicked. Motherfuckers are wicked. Wickedly brilliant. So yeah, it wasn't.
You can see.
Go ahead, Spikes.
I'm just saying. You can see some of the people that are involved in, preaching these kind of a hatred. You can see them seated right here talking about one family, the people, the Hutus or the Tutsis belong to the Israelite tribe of Ham, or the other tribe of Lut.
What I'm saying is like that fake religion of Africans went throughout the continent. You know, all the continent. When they got invaded, they went deeper into the continent, spread east and west and everywhere. But what Shackles saying is right. Doesn't make me say how fucking wrong can it be? Because we're attracted to the cosmos, the universe. We go through a sleep period. And these other non-organic people don't go through a sleep period. So as they learn from the Moors and us and other Africans, they were up bright and now educated and fucking us up while we're in a retarded child state. We're fucking dumb naturally because of being tied to universal tether, universal law that we go through a cosmic sleep period. That's how fucking unfair is this. And the motherfuckers who done it, I'm gonna talk about motherfuckers who done this shit actually exist now. What you know? Because talking about a spirit world and a real world. This is some wicked ass shit. There's no other way to say it. We're like children amongst wolves. Not that they did this as adults. You're talking about a pack of wolves. They're a wolf pack. That's why white people act like a wolf pack. Now you come across a wolf pack and you fucking mentally retarded. You're a functional idiot. That's what Africans were, functional idiots. You're waking up now, but you were a functional idiot. You were breaking up the country with too many tribes, and you come in, you're a functional idiot. Shit's crazy. You're like, what the fuck? Because that's why I'm gonna say, but why would the African do this? Why would he give up his land and then accept worshiping white people and then choose to be different tribes and not teach his family what happened? Because he's retarded. Because he's retarded. That's all that work. You go to a cosmic sleep because you are an organic being. See, that's when you get in spirit. You are organic. These people are unorganic. That's why they can do the brutality. You can never do nobody like this. That's your humanity. You can never have an African come in and be so brutal, so rabid, so fucked up. They measure this motherfucker's head, then put it in a jar and play with his penis and shit. Yeah.
What they were doing also, they were just they were putting it on the identity cards. They used to have they actually eventually gave out identity cards, and on the identity card they would actually also put
because they want to control the seeds. It's easy to control the people, Spikes, when you put them against each other, divide and conquer. That's what we learned, Spikes, about Kenya. We learned that the same methods were involved in Kenya during elections, right? Divide and conquer. That's why if your neighbor is a certain different tribe down Kenya, they'll kill your ass during an election. Because they kept the same thing going on in Africa. That's why Africa goes crazy during these elections. It becomes tribal and shit. I don't care if you're in Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, it becomes tribal. That's to make sure white people continue to maintain power. Because you don't know you want people.
And to a certain degree, it do the same shit here when it becomes during election. It's all tribal. You Republican, you Democrat, you this, you that.
And this is exactly what they were doing to the people once they finished spreading the gospel. They would cut the hands of the children. And
Jesus said, cut your hand off. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. What kind of God wants me to cut my hand off? Thank you, God. The white man's God left me no fucking hand, and they now nickname me Handyman.
And you know, not too long ago, just a couple minutes ago, Keith was talking about these people are a wolf pack. And some years ago on the show, I said the same thing. I was saying how what did they set society up that you're a bully or you're a coward, and that refers to livestock. And then you have people who act like sheep because they operate in these different herds and flocks. And that's how the politician and the religious breaks it down. You the flock or the congregation. But see, the thing about it is, if you know wildlife and you understand how Canis lupus, which is the wolf, operates, it's a pack of wolves. They will separate the weak and the old and young from the strong, and they pick them off. And that's the same damn thing that goes on in this society. They divide us, and then they pick off the ones that are weak, or it might be the strongest one. It might be our strongest leader, but they separate him from his audience, and he's easily conquered. He's easily killed, and this is what white supremacy do all around this globe.
I agree with you, so. But you also look at these people, and Akil also do talk about it when he talks about these seeing black people as animals. Like these particular Belgians, we always talk about the Belgians and the French being the most evil. Of course, also they are the same. They are one the same, whether it's the French or the Belgians or whatever. But this was in 1958. I do see they were, displaying the people from the Congo as they were displaying them. They were displaying them as animals because they were using the humans as items for display at one of the world fairs that they did get to organize in 1958. You would have yourself being displayed there. I remember a story about Sarah, but Sarah, her name was Sarah. There was also another woman who was taken from South Africa, and she was also being displayed as an animal in one of the where they have the show.
Spikes. How is this any different than today the Chinese displaying Africans as animals in their zoos and art exhibits? See, this is what I'm saying. Nothing changes. Nothing at all changes.
The African mind, exactly. The African, and like the young lady said, which is true, you need to know who your enemies are. The Africans still just it's the wake up finally, but you're still dealing with a lot of Africans who have fucked up minds. You got enemies. You need to know who your enemies are. Anybody say, well, everybody's good, everybody don't do. Motherfucker, that's your goddamn enemy. The Asian is your motherfucking mortal lifetime enemy. Smack anybody in their fucking mouth, telling that they're not. They come as an enemy, they treat you as an enemy, so you act accordingly to a fucking enemy.
And Rome was not defeated. Instead, Rome was translated and transferred into a global mentality, which is what we see in the form of white supremacy today. And when you look at the origins of Rome, you got Romulus and Remus, who were two twins that were nursed by a she-wolf. This is why they all have this wolf-ass mentality, because in their origins, they come from wolves. Just their whole way of thinking. Their whole civilization is tributed to a wolf mother.
It's a kind of an evil you wouldn't really comprehend. And Akira, like you say, the problem with us as a black people do not even know what we are dealing with. I'm just looking at some of the excerpts of these and seeing that they It's crazy because they're saying that in there was an expo in the 1958 where the politicians were given a chance to to banish their achievement, and they did place the Africans in the zoo. The Africans are on this particular fair to show them, to display them and show them as they are. It's all about domination. It's all about domination and destruction. The same things, domination and of course destructing, and they were using them for their own amusement because they said one exhibit staged at a time. Yes, that of course one exhibit staged at a time is not being revisited. A live display of black men, women, and children in native conditions laid for the education and the amusement of white Europeans. It was a human zoo. And you can see now also these are these are beasts coming to hold, touch and see the humans on a display in this human zoo in 1958. And then this is what was going on from the display on the zoo.
So we've heard about these human zoos where they displayed Africans and tried to illustrate us as we were some sort of animal. But let me ask the audience this: how many of you all have seen pictures of human zoos where they show these crackers with horns growing out their head? Their body is fucking covered in hair, or them motherfuckers walking on all fours because they can't stand up. Now that's real animal shit. How many times have you seen a human zoo with a bunch of crackers with tails? How many times?
They
Because
have
this is
hidden
real shit.
they have hidden it. They have hidden it, and of course, none of them will allow to for the people to see their horns and all their tails, because that is what they are, and all of these have actually been
That's
hidden.
what they are. How about we show the damn tails and stuff? Let's go to them with tails. We already showed it many times. Can't talk about the pandemic. We can always talk about them. Images of fact with them. How you gonna be a human? You got a tail. Pull up that Spikes. Images of white people with tails.
But yeah, just about to show that. But they are saying in the summer of 1987, King Leopold II had imported 367 Congolese to Brussels to be on the show around his colonial palace in Touraine, east of Brussels, paddling in their canals on the Royal Lakes. About 1.3 million Belgians, out of a population of 4 million, visited, walking over a rope bridge to get the best view. So this is a 1.3 million Belgians who went out there to see the display of Africans being shown as animals out of the population of 4 million.
Because you're dealing with an animal. They got no humanity. And the African has not understood this till today. And you're worshiping something that has no humanity. Your white Jesus is them. So ain't no white man ever been nobody's God.
And Spikes, when you put in people with tails, don't put white people, because you're not going to see no black people with tails. It's only going to be white people with tails.
People with tails. Images of people with tails. Exactly right.
I was just checking out these images of these white people with the
horns.
Others with
the horns. Yeah, the horns. So horns. So how many black people got horns in their head? None.
They have not shown these in the human.
Huh?
I'm saying they have not shown these on their.
Go ahead, Spikes.
Go ahead, Spike.
No, I was just saying they have not displayed this in their zoo. How about they also get to display?
Of course not. The horns in their heads, the tails, and everything else, because they know they have animal genetics. Well, they know it already. They know this. You've been told that you don't got any animal genetics, but unless you put that gene pool by having different children or something, but that's not your black
unless
on black.
You done got the shot. You go get the shot, your ass gonna have some animal genetics.
Unless you got that damn shot. So Joe Mosquito's asking you, do you have a tail, Spikes? Does Joe Mosquito no good ass?
Yeah, Joe Mosquito.
Spikes, you supposed to tell him your tail in the front.
So when you see the people that the horns in their head, that means this white person has animal genetics. He's spliced. He didn't look like spliced with a goddamn ram or sheep or whatever. His skin would be pink. Yeah, well, if you had animal genetics, no, don't. A lot of Africans that you think are Africans.
Don't let me tell y'all. I told y'all about that Somalian. told y'all about that Somali chick. She
A lot
darker
of
than me.
Africans think of, and then do with the skin. They created other Africans before they went to the European and the Asian. They want to make it a brutal one. So you got some ram. So a lot of the damn Ethiopians you see are created niggas up there. The Abyssinians,
Yep.
I call them. A lot of
Hey,
Abyssinians
Spice.
are fucking created.
Spice, show that Ethiopian tribe that got chicken feet.
They has what?
The
Chicken.
Ethiopian tribe with the chicken feet, they got like 2 toes and it look like an ostrich foot. And this
No,
Oh,
is
that was
normal in your
no,
that
that's
country.
was
not
that was in
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
That's
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's in
That's Zimbabwe.
okay, Zimbabwe.
Yeah, they're known as the Vadoma.
Yeah,
They're known as the
yeah,
Vadoma.
these are
Vadoma.
created Africans.
The Vadoma.
Nice with a damn ostrich. Yeah.
Yeah, the
What
Vadoma
they do
people.
with the skin type, like there, they created other Africans as they were learning. You understand what was going on? That see, this is a created African. When you look at the coincide, who might be talking, these are the most ancient people on the planet, which is a lie. That's a created African. He's spliced with Neanderthal. So the Khoisan of South Africa are not the most ancient. The Bantu are the most ancient race of people. They're the ones with the non-animal genetics. They come straight from the ether. This is a created African. Spikes is showing. That's a created African.
Are the Twa Bantu Keith?
The Bantu people. No, the Twa is created. It's a created African.
So what's that god? What's that Egyptian god? That's a Twa. The one with the best. Isn't that the Twa?
Yeah, he's a created African. That's why they made him to like a god-looking thing. He's a created. He's not. Is he an organic African? No, he's a created African. All these they used them to start creating these crackers, and Asians took their genetics. They were creating shit. And why it's on the walls? That's why he's venerated on the walls. Like I should share some. I sent that video. You guys look at that video I put inside the WhatsApp chat room when you showed you they were making a chimera. The guy found a goddamn human head on a goddamn calf. Look at this shit. Look at this shit they doing over here by Dosey Air Force Base. There's a fucking calf with a human fucking head on it. Because you think that shit on Kemet is fake. It's all real. You got an alligator motherfucking head. They were creating all that crazy shit by gene splicing. Some of the advanced individuals. The Africans was advanced. But yeah, we look at the Sentinel Islanders. That's the created African. They took those Africans, started making the Asian and East Indian. You look at the goddamn Aboriginals. Those are created Africans. Was that I'm saying they got wiped out also down in Tasmania. That's a created African. It's not is an original African. No, it's created. The genetics tells you it's created. But you can look at Africa, you wouldn't know it was created African. You wouldn't know that was not that was not organic, because you can look at the people in Papua New Guinea. That's a created African, look just like me and you. Created African. So I know they were trying to like merge a lot of the gene pool too back with the energy of the planet. See, this planet was created by a out of control as God entity. So they were trying to merge the energy back inside of blackness. So you merge the female normal with the male normal, and you get the complete human being. Boom. That's why I told you the people that came here were. When you look at that, your face is asymmetric. Their faces were completely symmetric. It means they only had one type of energy in them, either feminine or masculine. Merging your DNA back together gave you the feminine and the masculine. You were the complete nomo, complete human being, because of the energy on this planet. So, does it say to procreate with a creator? Yeah, I think it's safe. I mean, they're human beings. It's safe. I mean, you got a wicked side and a good side, but why they were doing it. And I really can't do it on here because it get taken down. There's a reason. Let me say this. What you got right now with all this pandemic, let me say, people that create the damn pyramids and Ptah and those, they're back on the planet. They're here. You can't see them. They're here. They're here on the planet. Motherfuckers that got all this shit started are here. But you might call them aliens or whatever you want to call them, here back on the motherfucking planet. Tell you that. That's why I showed them like I showed them in that ship, in that crab in the water. And those people like in the helicopter was looking at that crab. You couldn't see they was in the fucking water. They're here. They're motherfucking here. Because it's gonna be a war. So I was listening, they're talking about a wave of consciousness coming in 2022. I cannot confirm nor deny that with everybody, because the religion's a lie. These religions got to be torn down. They're saying the religion's going to be torn down when that wave of consciousness coming next year. It's going to wake everybody up. You're going to know the truth. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I got to do more research on that, right? I'm just saying what white people running around here talking about, a wave of consciousness coming. So I don't know. But I know, yeah, you have a war, right? You are universal. You had a war in the universe between entities, a war in space, and we come from the side that fucking lost. We come from the side that fucking lost the war. We lost. So we fell in vibration and fell in physicality. We became physical. Fell in physicality. And so
with those brothers that I forgot the name of the white scientists, but remember they said they saw like the 7 to 8 foot tall brothers around the rings of Saturn.
Inky and Enlil, yeah. Enlil and Inky. And those are the archons. Those are their work. That's what we end those workers.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, did they fall too, or are they on the losing side of the war? Those brothers that's out of space making rings around Saturn.
No, those are evil motherfuckers that's helping the one that's winning. Because remember, Saturn is sending us a fucked up frequency. It's sending us an illusionary frequency to keep the vibration level down on the planet. That's why the moon is put there. You said so when you're born, when you're reincarnated, that frequency from Saturn. Remember, frequencies what? Shape light. You're a light being. As you come back in, that's why under a certain time of year, you come back under that light, under that frequency that guides your personality. Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So that's why when you're born under a certain time period, you have those characteristics, those attributes. And so you got Saturn, which shapes the light, the frequency, send out them fucked up frequencies that shapes light. I showed you guys through cymatics that is frequency that shapes light, shapes the light, shapes the light frequencies. So you have a those things you see up there, those are Enlil's henchmen. Those are part of the winning side that's keeping us fucked up. Those 7 foot, I told they be black, those 7 foot Negroes are fighting the other Negroes, us. Because in the universe, as you manifest in human form, you're black because you're a high vibrational being. Can't be white, can't synthesize light. So all this stuff, as we learn, I guess we stop talking about this because it came too in depth, they would take it down. But so you have a group. What you guys are fighting for this galaxy, right? You got 2 brothers warring for the galaxy. And so as I learned, I said, motherfucker. So you got Inky who became Ptah, first deity of Kemet, Ptah, right? His son Thoth, Tahuti, other son Marduk, fighting against his brother who was known as Osiris, Enlil, Jehovah. known as Jehovah, Yahweh, Osiris. That's where Osiris becomes Serapis later on. So we always thought Osiris was the good guy. He's not. He's fucking Enlil. I thought they just randomly picked him to be fucking Serapis Christos. No, they took him because they knew that's Enlil. That is Jehovah, Osiris. Like motherfucker, some deep shit. Like motherfucker, Osiris is the bad motherfucker. I said because I kept saying, why is that? You got Ptah, Osiris. They both like deities and Africa. No, you got to understand the whole. It's a war. It's a war with these motherfuckers. So you got Ptah, who created Kemet. That's why he's the first deity of Kemet. Ptah, that's Enki. Or they call him Anunnaki, Enki. Right? Anu, one's from heaven who came down. Anunnaki, one's from the stars who come down. And he got his brother Enlil, whose name would be Osiah Tahuti. Tahuti's not the booty people. So you got Tahuti's Thoth, which is Ptah's son. So they're back. Now you're talking about, understand, you're talking about infinite beings, but you are, you fell in frequency. You're talking about in the, these are entities because no such thing as death. Hope you're old enough to know this. Now through quantum physics, you should know no such thing as death. You've been caught up in a reincarnation cycle to give energy to this fucking entity here, creating this illusion. And you got the other entity, in there, I think it was told to come kill the motherfucker, and he didn't do it. He came in cahoots with this thing. That's why you go with Osiris, tell why he's the leader of the underworld. Okay, I get the shit now. He's the one leading you back to this carnation fucking loop. I got it. Put together. That's no shit. They done fucking flipped everything. These sneaky bastards. That's why he's considered the master of the underworld. He is the Lord of the perfect black. Because he's saying, I'm the perfect motherfucking black. I want to be worshipped as some sort of God, which he's not. So, him being supposedly of the underworld, when you die, they just reincarnate your ass, keep throwing you back in another body to feed the motherfucking entity that created this illusion, Ogu. So, like I said, Spikes can share my thing again. Like I said, Spikes can share. You there, Spikes?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me have Spikes share my thing. This computer always messes up. I'm gonna send Spikes there. I'm gonna send Spikes. If we can do it again, say UFO craft found in the Mediterranean or under the Mediterranean. I forgot what we called it last time, but that's why you hear don't you guys hear the government now saying what? UFOs are real. They're real. They're now coming out of the dark telling you.
That's that, but
go ahead.
But this is the article that I has shared with y'all about because it was like I think it was like 1988. It was somebody in the UK had leaked some intelligence about this craft that they had supposedly reverse engineered from some alien technology, but they were talking about the same damn shit that was this triangular UFO that now the Navy and them saying that they seen, but that's called the Hawk aircraft, HAUC. Remember when I was telling you about that, Keith? So they was talking about the Hawk shit back in 1988. Now they're just now releasing it. I don't know.
They've been new that they didn't want to tell the human population that these things are real because it fucks up the religion, and they wasn't ready. They was in cahoots with Enlil. I told you that's why they go down. I told you this motherfucker's down in Antarctica. That's why all the I had Spike show you why everybody was going to fucking Antarctica. Goddamn Obama, the damn Pope, the damn other Pope from fucking Russia. They were meeting with Enlil down in fucking Antarctica. That's what I was saying. All those sites were still in Antarctica. They just frozen over. But those sites that they built were still there. The crackers are all going down because they are in cahoots with him. He controls the planet. When we talk about the Illuminati motherfuckers, they're controlled by Enlil. He created these motherfuckers. When I talk about the damn octopus genetics, they created these motherfuckers. Enlil created these motherfuckers to wipe us out. This is the ending of the war, to wipe our ass out.
And all
That's
of the
why these
world leaders
motherfuckers
went
exist.
down there. Even
Exactly.
when Obama went down there too.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I told you Obama's a clone of fucking Akhenaten. That's when Enlil started making these motherfuckers. That's what I'm talking about. All these beauty bloodlines are created by him. That's when you start creating all these fucking. Go ahead.
Michelle Obama is Queen T. Have you heard that?
She is. She is Queen T. That's exactly what I said. The clones of these motherfuckers. Heard Obama got a bucket and all. She might. Like I told you, look, Enlil. That's why I put all this shit together. Like, cause I'm like, man, I'm not this shit. Don't sound Anunnaki shit. I don't believe that shit. So I put it. That shit is real. That's now the whole end game is to wipe us out. Cause Inky put us together with human and Nomo. We're both Nomos. If you understand how the universe works, you got a female galaxy and a male galaxy. They must procreate together. That's why galaxies come together and form a super galaxy. It's a merging of galaxies. It's male and female. One galaxy busted out and didn't have its female or masculine. The Dogon said it was he was the masculine and have his female. Gnostic said he was the female and have his masculine side. But whatever. He wasn't complete because he didn't have the other progenitor. Go, brother.
Okay, so you're saying we were made with both we were made with both nomos. Let me ask you this: would you say that the cracker was made with no momos or with only one nomo?
I'm gonna tell you, yeah, that's good. I was looking at my cheeseburger.
Do the crackers have no nomos or just one nomo? That's what I want to know.
I see. Baron Scott, you saying when I was in the military, Antarctica was open to everyone. You can only go so far down there. This is true.
It still is off limits. Only dignitary is still off limits. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to do the Patreon thing put together again. Start putting the videos back up. Because this is what I want. This is what really is. So okay. Because he's talking about how the universe actually really works. Not the lies that you've been told with the Jesus and all that old goofy shit and the Allah shit. Okay, Zoe's asked about the nomos. So they would have to be made with the energy of here, which is that wicked ass nomo. Because those people are made here with the genetics. So okay, so you got Enlil, Osiris, making these motherfucking entities to collapse, to finally get rid of us here, because we lost the war in space, right? We lost and we fell in frequency. So they go and create Europeans and Asians, East Indians, house this energy. Remember, the body is nothing but a what? Avatar. This is the illusion. But I need a low vibrational beastly entity to house this energy. So I'm going to create something that has no melanin. I'm going to give it animal genetics so it's vicious. It's already proved the animal genetics are there. I don't know if you believe it or not. With the horns and the tails, these are created, non-organic. This is real. Okay, if you can't put your mind around it or not. So I'm going to create these fucking things. And what you call, they come in history as the Hyksos. So this Enlil making these motherfuckers in these ships are also other than the ship, also in, like I said, the steppes of Asia. All these fucking housing things that you can't go in China and go Beckley Tepe where they create these motherfuckers at. And so so they put octopus with these motherfuckers. So Enlil, when you talking about the great Eddie created the Greys. And so when you go back through history, they say, well, the Greys told you that we're you, told the European, we're you. I said, damn, what the fuck? He said, oh, that's what they did. So as he was creating all these different, this gene splicing, this crazy shit.
Hold up. Let me just ask this one question. If these Anunnaki and Lil and all their henchmen, they're obviously more technologically advanced than we are, right?
Of course.
So why don't they just kill us they damn self? Why they got to create all these other motherfuckers and do all this other around the way shit instead of just zapping our ass?
Because they can't really kill you. You are an eternal being. How could they kill a spirit? So you're eternal. But if I can fool
in that case, why are they going to war with us then?
Because if you're an eternal being and you are right, okay, you're an eternal being, right? But I do want to say, how can I destroy you from raising in frequency and ever challenge me for for galactic power? How can I get you to agree to lower your frequencies though? How can I get you to agree to that? If you know the truth, you're not going to do it. But if I coerce you, you'll do it through a vaccination. So I kill two birds with one stone. I destroy your frequency and your genetics, so you'll never rise out of this illusion. So I keep in this illusion, and eventually I get, somehow get rid of you somehow that way. I'm not saying you keep thinking they know all the answers. They don't. They're learning shit as they go along as well.
So it's more. It's more about enslaving our energy than actually wiping us out.
Yes, exactly. Yes, more enslaving your energy so you can't compete for universal power. Exactly right. It's more exactly right. It's better. You put it a better way than I said it. So when you got because I need to show all this stuff. I come back on later tonight and do a little bit of it. Probably do it on the network tonight. So I can show you guys what I'm walking through. So you're talking about coming from Sirius, right? And so Enlil, I lost spikes. So Enlil makes these little what you call great aliens, which are non-organic. His little henchmen, these are like robots where you can house frequency, somebody's frequency pattern or energy within it. Because these are just avatars. Energy can be housed in consciousness, can be housed in anything. That's why the Europeans figured out you can house consciousness in a robot. That's what a fucking gray is. It's a more advanced fucking robot created by Enlil. So you must create, you must have polarity to create an organic species or a natural life form onto this planet. Anything else will be demonic, entity, low vibration. Well, that's what he's doing because he's working in tandem. I'm trying to figure out what is the as though I'm trying to still put the piece together. How is it beneficial for Enlil to work with this fucking entity? Because by doing this damage, you always, even through universal law, you're going to lower yourself in frequency by all the bullshit you've done. So him working with Ogun to keep this thing alive because it needs, you got to feed off your energy. So I'm saying, like I was showing, go ahead, though.
Maybe that exchange, just like with how we hear these terms and these sayings over and over, and oftentimes it be right in front of our face the answer to this stuff. We'll hear at above, so below, and then we don't apply it the correct way. So we know on this planet, the elite, they work with low vibrational entities in order to manifest more shit in the physical, right? So they can be gods here in this physical realm.
Look, okay, you said exactly right, though. But look, who are they working for? Enlil's the one created them. So that's why they're low vibrational being. He built the avatar He's the one that brought those low vibrational beings in from Ogun to house their ass in those entities, right? So that's when they doing the Moloch. In those Moloch and Jesus, all this, and when they doing the rituals to him and blood, all that shit goes to Ogun. When you letting out all the rituals with the blood and because it's letting out a burst of energy, boom, that energy burst goes to Ogun and he's fed by it because when he broke out of the galaxy, he was cut off from what? That tether I showed you guys. Everything's connected back to the all. All universes are connected what? Through a Brooklyn current. It's a web. He was disconnected from the web. So he can't get energy like we can from the source. So it's got to feed off our energy. So that's why they sacrifice children and do all this bloodletting, what Zoe's talking about. The bloodletting, the drinking of the blood, the killing of children, and especially children, because children are so energetic, gives a burst of energy. That's why you got wars and misery. Keep the frequency low. So I think us being housed here, it was a way of a trap. And Lil was like, well, they ain't gonna never leave them motherfuckers, so I got them trapped here. And they'll feed this fucking beast that's disconnected from the universe.
Exactly. So, and the beast is doing shit for Enlil now.
Yeah, but it's exactly doing exactly in the antenna. So then you got Inky, the brother, he connected our genetics back to the other normal by making us. That's why we have the female and masculine normal. Normals means galaxies. To be a complete man, you must have both genes of the female and the masculine. So them coming from Sirius, and as the Dogons take, Sirius only had one Nomo, didn't have both. So either Enlil and Inky have the feminine gene or they have the masculine gene. I'm not sure. But Inky, knowing this, he made sure we had all genetics merged in us down here. So we carry the African American carries the dam, and the other ones also carries the female and the male, because we had all tribes merged within us. So that's why our facial is asymmetric. When you look at all the ancient Kemetic, when they first controlled it, everything is symmetric because they only had one Nomo. We have both Nomos. That's why our face is not completely symmetric. It's asymmetric. We have the feminine and the masculine. So that means we are God. We are the closest thing to God. Higher than Enlil and higher than Inky. The whole thing is make sure we never get out of this damn simulator. And we keep being reincarnated, keep going to the underworld with this fucking Osiris, coming back. And now I'm tired of fucking with you niggas. Now make sure you don't never get out of here. I'm gonna lower your vibrational rate. By giving this fucking vaccination, I'm gonna make sure that you can't rise to the next level. Remember, this is changing your RNA and DNA genetically. African people, you can raise in vibrational rate. You are the gods. You can raise in vibrational rate. If I chip you with nanotech and all this other shit, you can't rise. I can take your energy. That's why they're talking about, remember, where's the world going to? What this human hybrid shit? I take your energy, come back, and I house you in one of them fucking graves or another robot. You'll never leave this bitch. You'll live forever in this perpetual hell.
I want the family to look up the transhumanist movement. That's what they call this.
That's what I mean, transhumanism. Yeah, exactly right. That's why that's being pushed, all these puppets. That's why transhumanism is being pushed so far. Because energy, I can house your energy in. That's why you got clones of these stars. And they just took the engine and housed it in another clone. It looks same like Fatah, same like.
And in the march, in this transhumanism march, this is when you start seeing the introduction of things like this transsexuality. where you don't have to be one specific gender. You can be a man and a woman, or a woman and a man. You don't have to just. All of this stuff is in the transhumanist movement with the ultimate goal of downloading consciousness into cyborg beings, or if not directly computer terminals, to where people want to live forever. If you want your existence, you want to be, if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, eternal, you can now be electronic, because your soul can be downloaded into an electronic medium. And they've already began doing this. So the first part of that was cryogenics. Remember back in the day, they used to have cryogenics where they would say they would freeze your body and then they could reanimate you sometime in the future. That was their attempts on immortality at that time. Now this transhumanism movement has is in that full head right now. With these supercomputers and all of these advancements in technology, they're able to download your consciousness into an electronic medium. You're muted right now, Keith.
Yeah, mute. That's what I'm trying to get Zoe to understand exactly what Zoe's saying. Yes, yes, yes. Zoe's saying is yes. So that's why you got the extrapolation, and this happens so quickly now, because you're starting to wake up. There's a wake up coming, and I got to get rid of you motherfuckers now. So when you're looking at Fauci and Bill Gates, understand those are nothing but what you see is an avatar. What's housing these motherfuckers are what you would call demons, for lack of a better word, low vibrational beings. They work for Enlil. These people were put in power. They're doing Enlil's bidding to wipe you out, African people, because you're starting to wake up and now you'll be ready to lead this bitch. You're not going to, all the religion's going to go. Told you, the lies, all this shit going to be torn down. The Allah shit's a lie. Christian shit's a lie. These are all lies. So with a wave of energy coming back from the true God, you're going to be enlightened. Boom, you're going to know that all this shit is lies. Like I'm looking at a lot of white people talking about, they talking about a wave of consciousness coming back in 2022. I got to research. I can't validate that nor deny it. But that's what they're talking about. I said, well, where's the proof of that? I know we're going to another part of the universe where it's going to be more energy. I don't know if it's going to be a whole wave coming at one specific date, one specific year. But we know the speeding up of this agenda, there's got to be some kind of validity behind this.
Yeah, but at the same time, the coinciding of the agenda being sped up, we're being told that time itself is speeding up for these crackers. So the universe is turning against them. They're trying to respond to the time speeding up because they know that their time is short.
Well, you're right, Zoe. But they're doing everything they can. Endless doing everything they could to make sure it doesn't, because they were promised this planet. They said the whole thing was to kill off every melanated person or make sure they take the thing so they can keep coming back. And they're going to say the planet will be given to you under part of the Galactic Empire. It'll be given to you. Like I told all this shit you see, Star Wars, that's you, that's us, that's real shit. It just in another when you get to learn, it's like, man, it's some real trippy shit. But that's, as you guys see the gin, that's why you can never talk about anything funny. You can talk about AIDS, you can talk about Ebola, but you couldn't talk about this specific thing that's less than AIDS and Ebola. They take down your videos because to let you know the time was getting thick and they need you to do it, and that's why they will offer you weed, money, anything to do this damn thing, right? You got all these other distractions. You never know the truth. Even their media now is not even lying about these ships being seen everywhere because they got no choice. Go ahead, Zoe.
I was just reading in the chat, Eyes Red Amber Jewel saying about the Australian platypus being the only of its kind. So the thing about that is a Douglas platypus is called an echinoderm, and there's actually two echinoderms There's the duckbill platypus, and they lay eggs. Also, they're the only mammals known to lay eggs. So you have the duckbill platypus, and you have the spiny anteater. Those are two echinoderms, the only two echinoderms that lay eggs that are mammals. And
So
it's called the
I agree with you, Bryce. I said the expansion and the resealed energy that's coming to white population and the Asian population will be in rapid extinction. Exactly. Anyone that's not an African descent will start dying off rapid. That's what's happening now. And so it's see, I always want to prove this too scientifically. I'm not just extrapolating this from nothing. It just came, but so this, like I said, this is always research, me doing research. It said, you see that these, it's like Zoe said, everything now it's on accelerated pace. And it's like Zoe said, they know that they're dying and losing control of the planet. That's why this thing is happening now. And everything, and you see how many sheeple are on the planet, right? See how many sheeple what's going on that for a pandemic that only, 99.9% you get recovered. So why would you have pandemic? Everybody wearing masks and all this other shit. What's the agenda? And then you see specifically that they target black people. Right? What's that about? So they didn't target white people. They didn't target white people. Pretty, I go get it, but go get the shit. But they targeted you. We'll give you money, niggas. We'll give you weed. Come and get your weed as long as you take this shit. Get your weed. Like so, what is those the mask? The mask Monday. He's fucking Masco. Fucking he's COVID-19 hero, whatever you call it. But so messed up my train of thought. But okay, well, okay. God isn't any. It's a system generator, operator, destroyer. That's all normal. I don't know about that. I don't know about them to the internet. The all is a level. All is mental, all mind. So does it contribute with a generator, operator, destroyer? Yeah, of course. It's all the all is all mental, all mind, all light. So I'm saying now there's a quickening happening, right? There's a quickening happening, and so for those that can see, let them see, as they say. You see, there's awakening happening amongst African people, and they're trying to stop the light of the enlightened people that's happening. And so on their platforms, they're doing everything they can. That's why, like Zoe said, they push out the bullshit, butt broken, and the entertainment. If you're talking like this, they're going to shut you down because this is what's really going on. Those masks look like those old diapers. They want the feminine half of the black woman.
Oh,
I don't know what the feminine half. They want you're both male and female. So I don't know what they want the feminine half of the black woman, because you come back as a woman and a male, so you carry all those attributes like there. This time I might have been a man, last life I might have been a black woman. You carry all these attributes. So the whole thing is that what's the name of that damn video I shared with Spike shit? Because you see but you got an uptick in these saucers flying around here, and seeing other entities. Let's show what was that when they showed they showed in Dochi and Dose, whatever you call it, Dose, South Carolina. Dose, New Mexico. That the government is now there are no more jokes. They own the media. Oh, America, there's all these sightings. They were the Pentagon is telling the truth. There's sightings everywhere because I told you these Indies are back and they're about to start showing up. People keep saying 2022. That's when the wave of consciousness. But nevertheless, they're back. Ptah, Enki, we call them, they're all back on the planet. So the wars are being fought because what you see is almost like a rescue plan. What you see is like a rescue plan about that because this completely global depopulation, wipe out. And so since we are on the forces of Enki, go ahead, Zoe.
I remember watching some show, and the brother said that the Star Nation are waiting on us to make a move so they can come in and help us. They can't be the initiators in the liberation of this planet. We have to begin because this is our planet. We have to take assertion, and they gonna back us up.
I don't know if that's true, man. I can't. They gotta bring me some kind of damn proof because we were put here. We are not as African people. It's just a nomenclature. We are from the stars. We are from the stars. So us saying this is our planet, no. We're from our planet. We're from our planet. The whole thing to make sure that we stay on this treadmill, never get out of here. So how they gonna come and help us? And they're not stronger than the motherfucker that's got control of the planet. The motherfucker got control of the planet. Want to create this fake solar system. How they gonna come and defeat this thing? Shit. Like I said, you got the other one working with this wicked motherfucker. They're both wicked. I'm saying, how's Enlil keeping his vibration high? We doing this other wicked shit too. Some things I just don't know yet. I'm still working. It's a work in progress. You know, you just don't know it. Everything leads you to another thing. I know more now than I knew 6 months ago. I know more now than I knew a year ago. No more. So you got, this all can be proven by quantum physics. You want to be able to prove what you're saying, that you're not just talking wild. Mama will just say wild, crazy shit. This is galactic people wait for us to come. Where's that at? Are you in contact with these motherfuckers? I gotta have some proof. God damn it! That is the star people. Yes, we are star people. Yeah, that's what I know. I'm saying our genetics goes off planet. So everything is saying that's right. Our genetics, African people, our genetics go off the planet. It don't begin here. So the shit they say, that's like some white people. Oh, waiting for them to come in and do nah, fuck all that. We come from off planet. So our vibration was slowed down and we fell into the physical. And that motherfucking Enlil's working from Antarctica. That's what, and he created these motherfuckers that rule the planet. It's called, and it's funny, started with the Macedonian bloodline. King Philip became part of Armada. Armada went to the Greeks coming in. These are motherfuckers they created. Goes even through, you can even line it up through history, historically. That's the bloodline. Goes back to King Philip of Macedonia, Alexander's father. He's fucking Hyksos and all this other shit. And become the Ashkenazim. That's why they run the world. Ashkenazim. That's them. That's Enlil's creation. Some people got it right. They keep saying that's Enki because they keep saying, remember, in the Bible, they made Enki Satan, Lucifer, the light bearer. But if you know anything about light bearer, like over here, light bearer is not the evil one. When you're bringing the light, you're the light bearer. You want light. Light close brings you to the God. So they told you Enki is now Satan. He's the light. The devil's the light bringer. He brought the light, and he's wicked. I let you know he's not the wicked one. So they took the good one and made him the devil. He's Satan. He's devil. Took the bad one in there and made him God. He made himself God. He's Jehovah, Yahweh. And Yahweh is really your devil. He's really your bad mother. He's the one talking about. That's why I say you can't have no God above me. I'm Yahweh. I'm a wicked, jealous God, and I kill you, bring plagues. So when he tried to wipe out humanity, first of all, he brought plagues on their ass, on our ass. Plagues. The real all can't kill you. Your energy, you can never be destroyed or created. You're created at the beginning of time. You were here from the beginning. You're gonna be at the end. Whole thing is make sure your frequency don't rise. And if you, and as I begin down, if you consent to this damn thing, you know I'm talking about, this shot, you locked yourself in hell. Because it's gonna lower your vibrational rate. That's what this motherfucker's trying to do. And is he around us now? You better be, yeah, they are around us. Because they're entities that never die, just like you. You just caught in a body that dies and you leave and come back. So they're around you and hear what the fuck you're saying. These motherfuckers are at war with you. But they're all immortal. Yeah, Enlil's immortal, Jehovah, and Inky's immortal. Yeah, they're immortals. You're immortal, Portland girl. You are immortal. You are immortal. I know you see the body, but no, this is an illusion. You're light under this. You're all light. You're light. You are a light being. You are Alpha and Omega. That's what you are. Okay? Everything is mental. You're light. You're endless too. You just been told that you're not. Through goofy religions and Allah and Christian. You're immortal. Just that you're caught in a trap of reincarnation because you got to feed energy, your light energy, to this thing, to this being. But you are immortal. Exactly right, Shipple. Light is knowledge, not evil. Go ahead, Zoe.
Do you think that these contracts these people are getting into with these lower vibrational entities for worldly power and possessions, do you think that's a binding agreement since we are immortal beings? So when they die, are they so long? Do they have to work into eternity for some other being?
Well. I think you make conscious choices, and they say. Y'all said when you do wicked shit, you gotta go and you become a low vibrational being. You guys start all the way from the bottom in consciousness and rise up. No matter how high you are in consciousness, if you start doing wicked shit, your vibration falls and you all the way to the bottom. You gotta start rising up through consciousness. So I don't know what contracts they make. They know if I'm a low vibrational being, I wanna be in a high vibrational area, and I'm still wicked, but I'm not the one who let me up in here. So when we talk about these portals being open, we know that's real. These portals are real. That Enlil's been opening up, letting these beings up in here. That's what Thoth was talking about. He's talking about his damn uncle. He said when we had Atlantis, there were forces and Atlanteans opening up portals, creating these crackers, avatars, and housing low vibrational beings in them. That's when you see the fight right there with Ink and Enlil. Hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? The fight was right there as well, still fighting. The fuck are you doing? So remember, they said Inky had to go to another higher dimension and ask the light, the seven sister beings to come down and sink Atlantis to tip the Earth's rotation. Remember, the Earth is rotating. That's a fact now. It tipped on its axis. They can't prove when, but they let you know when. Said to drown these motherfucking crackers and get these low vibrational beings out of the body so they can be. They said they open up a portal to send their ass back through. And remember, Thoth said you could only see them through vibration. As a human eye, you couldn't see the shit. You had to change the vibration, the frequency. Boom. And you can see the motherfucking, the reptilian motherfucking, because the energy of Ogun, now I understand the energy of Ogun is reptiles, low energy. That's where the reptilian shit comes from. It's low energy. That's why it manifests as a reptile. Looks like a reptile because the energy frequency is low. So that's why when you see them on TV shape shit, they got the reptilian eyes. They're housed with all those news anchors are housed with them fucking things. That Ogu energy. The low vibrational beings. That's why they had CERN open up. He's like, that's what Enlil's doing. I gotta send a bunch of these motherfuckers to house into these niggas before they raise up. If you high on dope or drinking, it lowers your aura field. If I can lower your aura field, it means that you can be, even though it's hard to house it in you because you're melanated, you vibrate higher. But if you fucked up on drugs and all this other shit, I can get one of my fucking things on you. So it's a war. That's why they start opening up these portals. That's Enlil. That's his shit. That's what he's doing. So you see more.
And then
Go ahead, son.
I just want to say real quick that if you look at reptiles need an external energy source in order for them to get energy. They don't make their own body heat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
With these things being reptiles, that would mean they're like parasitic on other energy forces. They can't create their own energy, so therefore they got to create chaos and destruction to feed on our emotional energies that we emit.
See, Zoe said it so perfectly. This boy is exactly right. Said it so brilliantly right there. That was fucking brilliant. I'll get my cheek, y'all. Stop it. Zoe said exactly. So he can break it down and understand that's what's going on. If we talk about, oh, I see the reptilian, you're talking crazy. If you don't understand the science, it sounds crazy. I'm not gonna say, man, I don't believe in no damn reptilian. I never no fucking reptilian. I ain't gonna fuck that is. What are you talking about? It's the energy that creates that. Oh, I had to learn all that. Okay. Now I get it.
And this is why we constantly fed negative news. They don't feed us positive news. If we get too much positive news, we actually start responding positively. So they got to give us fear and death and destruction. They done shot another black man. They done shot another black teenager. Blacks are attacking Asians.
Right. See what Zoe saying? You understand what Zoe saying? Saying keep fear and the vibration low. While you feel garbage and fear. What Zoe says right, that's to make sure you don't raise and vibrate your rate. So when you die, you're not vibrating on a gamma frequency, so you can't get out of, you can't break. It's also a net around this bitch. So in there, help this fucking Ogun build this electromagnetic net around this motherfucker. That's real. So when your body dies, you're not vibrating high enough to break through the fucking web. Like, God damn. See? And then if you call it religion, I say, I'll show you an image of Jesus or Allah. Come here, my son. Come to the light. I'm waiting for you. All right, Jesus, I'll come.
But check it out, though, Keith. So you said it's a net around the planet, right? Okay, so and we talked about this before. So then you think about it. As above, so below. We all caught up on the internet also. We caught up on the internet. We can't even communicate because we caught up on the internet. Everything that we do and we say, they watching it. So we can't even get out of the internet so we can touch our people and get in contact with our people and touch the masses like we need to be touching. Because they can sit there and censor and cut this channel off and suspend this video, all of this kind of shit.
Yeah. I agree with you, so when you get when you and then we don't know the truth, you die. Let's say you're Muslim or Christian. So you remember the universe is mental. They know that. So now you caught up in a psychosis. You're a Hebrew Israelite. Dead. So your body dies. You leave as a spirit because no such thing as death. You got this trap, but you're not trying to, because you don't know nothing about it being a trap anyway. A light appears, shh, that's in those little lights, shh, and you willingly go into the light. Say, come here, my son. I am Moses, or where the fuck, who's the Hebrew guy? I am Abram. Come to me, son. Oh, Abraham, thank God. Take your ass, shh, throw you in another body, shh, you're back in this bitch as a baby. I'm a baby, I'm back in this motherfucker again. You know for a hot second that you're back in this bitch. And then your memory's wiped clean because what? It's a magnetic field up there. Wipes your memory. As Stowe told you. Everybody go get the Kabbalah, the books of Immortality. If you can't vibrate enough, learn how to keep your memory. because you're gonna be wiped clean and throw back in another body. They've already told y'all this shit. Go ahead, Zoe.
Chosen one. You notice how in Grimm they never showed you what the Grimm looks like, right? He
What
could
is
see
Grimm?
all these other. He showed all these beasts. It was a show that came on NBC. It was a series where he was like the Grim Reaper, but the Grim could see these other entities because it could be like you know how these motherfuckers got they basically the avatars to these different entities, right? So to us, they'll look like a regular person, but it'll have like a vampire or some type of goat entity in it where he just drink blood or kill children and shit.
Yeah.
And he can see them for
He
what
can
they
see
really are.
the
Yeah, and
vibration,
they
so he
could
can see. Yes, he can see what was housed
exactly.
up in the damn avatar, what it really
But
was.
they never showed us on the show what he looked like. Because I think the Grim was scarier than any other monsters that they showed. Because they were scared of him. They'd be like, "Oh shit, a Grim!" And the motherfucker would be like a big ass. It looked like the devil running from the Grim. I'm like, what the hell
I
going
never seen that. I never seen it. I never seen it. But we care. We don't care. We care. We only get our Akashic records back if we break out of the illusion, my bear. Your Akashic records don't come back unless you break through the net. So they're saying that's why they're saying God is supposed to release fuck the Akashic records and release a wave of knowledge, a wave of energy next year, 2022. That's what they're saying. I don't know. I can't. I gotta find a way to
Now,
validate it.
something that I've came across. If you look at the root of the word akashic, you see acacia. So to increase your vibration, if you was to eat on acacia wood plates and use acacia wood silverware, it would increase your vibration of your food and your overall body.
You're looking up.
And they expensive too. Acacia wood plates are expensive like a motherfucker. You be like, why the hell does some wood plates cost this much? But they know why. They know
you
why.
know why. You just said it. Like you just deciphered as you got that download right there. As you know why. That's just why. Now you know. I would never know. I never knew they made plates and shit out the shit. I never knew that. They had no power. What now? They have no power. What are you saying? They have no power over you eat unless you give. Well, yeah, you got I was on Amazon. I gotta check it out. What is it called, Yankee? Because it's called The Grim. I'm gonna check that shit out.
Grim. Grim with 2 M's.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Because he had a fourth cone so he could see more vibration. Yeah. Has anyone seen the British military has unveiled their new military jet backpack, which is being tested by the British Navy personnel? No, I haven't seen it. It goes over water in case of failure. No, I haven't seen it yet. Eyes are what? Whatever that shit. Jewel. I just call you Jewel shit.
Eyes red as amber jewel.
Okay.
Eyes is red amber jewel.
You are a rainbow of colors of light, wouldn't it? But everything's about frequency and energy. And anybody, we never learned this in no school. You never learn no real knowledge. So you never learn this in no school. Spend your whole life. And if you're not maneuvered this way, where would you ever get this information? You got to go looking for this shit. This don't come to you. You got to go looking for this shit. And then when you say it, I'm scared to tell my wife, you sound like a quack. Man, this shit. And then, but you can always prove everything scientifically. Well, when we were talking about the magic mushrooms a few weeks ago, yeah, I said if you drink bark and sea hot tea, it gives you the same effects, okay? I gotta get a little more confidence, do with those. I don't know if I want to appear in another university a bunch of shit. See that motherfucker in there, nigga, we watching you and we're gonna finally get you, bastard. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm telling y'all.
I be walking around this motherfucker with covers on and shit. So man, how long this shit lasts, goddamn it.
I pierced through the veil and I saw a cosmic white woman having sex with a dog.
Soldiers had to say some bullshit like I did with Spike with Zoe was right. Keith Dad just came and say some bullshit with that margin of butter shit.
Oh.
I was laughing because Zoe exactly right on. He said it for some bullshit. Make Spikes uncomfortable and shit. But I want to share. Oh, let me see if I can find some of this stuff before we get out of here. And then once your mind is released from oppression of the white supremacy through knowledge of self, you vibration. Well, yeah, we're valuable. Well, yeah, we're elevate. You must keep your organic diet to keep your vibration. Yeah, you must be organic. That's why I'm not vibrating high enough. I'm not organic. I cut back on that red meat since they'll talk about that fucking meat glue, but I'm still eating chicken.
Have you tried that Burger King chicken sandwich yet?
Nah. Is it good?
Man, I'm telling y'all, that Burger King chicken sandwich is slamming.
Zoe ain't no better than me, damn. I thought he was almost all organic. So got all them damn contraptions, how to reverse the magnetic fields up in the kitchen. He going to Burger King getting his ass a chicken sandwich too, damn it.
I'm human.
We human, is right. We human. We're doing the best we can, damn it. I'm not gonna lie to you, be like these other charlatans. I'm doing the best I'm doing the best I can. I haven't ate pork, but when I get around a pork chop, I goddamn, I want to eat that motherfucker. Shit. Still smell good. I just ain't ate it. But chicken, I don't think I'll ever get up the chicken. They also eat us though. Who also eats the chickens? People. Yeah, they've been eating us for years. They consume our consumers. Yeah. That's nothing new.
That's because your food should be medicine. That's what we overlook at. Food is truly medicine. And if you exist in a solar system that you're not supposed to be in, the best way to ensure your existence is to eat those who do belong there. That's why they eat us.
It's hard to tame the flesh. But I don't know. We're not doing nothing bad, they say, because depends on how you kill it. See, in America, the foods are slaughtered horribly. And so you absorb the energy of another, everything's energetic. So when we're eating these burgers and other things that's been slaughtered, we absorb that energy of fear, right? Everything is transponded, everything is transferable. So when we're eating that shit, it causes us to have problems because we're eating the animal spirits as it was slaughtered. So that as well. So that's why you always want to eat an animal that we had that was killed properly, killed with love, killed to feed people, not to hurt it.
And they got these terminologies, like instead of saying you eating tortured meat, they'll say some shit like industrialized farming. Industrialized farming ain't nothing but tortured meat.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Exactly what that is. But so it's tortured meat. When you consume that, you consume the fear. You consume all that energy of the fear and angst of the individual chicken or cow or whatever got slaughtered. Because on that level, it's torture. Torture. Everything they do is always never natural. Always causes just unnatural shit. Always. And so try to eat as natural as we possibly can. But, I'm not going to stop eating the chicken, but I'm going to stop eating other animals because you're supposed to have a communion with animals, understand what they go through, that they're not supposed to be eating and all this old shit. But chicken is delicious, goddammit.
I'm gonna tell y'all, when I get my farm up and going the way it's gonna be, I'm gonna be providing chicken to the family. So y'all can order chicken from Blow Right Farm when they get up and going the way I have. I need my poultry section going. But it's too much shit out here. I saw where it's only 45,000 black farmers in all the United States. Only 45,000. So
That's 0.000001%.
exactly. We need to be able to provide for our own community, just like these other communities provide for their own community. They got kosher this and halal that. We need to have some shit that's African American grown and produced. You know what I'm saying? So,
But you're right.
African grown.
He said the Dogon said our ancient ancestors are ancient of days come from the dog star Sirius. Exactly. Sirius A and Sirius B. That's true. It's been predicted that they would be returning in the year 2066, hence the Neanderthal panic. I'm telling you that they're already back. Damn 2066. I'm telling you, Jewel, that they're already back. I'm telling you that they're already back. They're already here. They're already here.
Whenever we see dates like that, Jewel, they be putting this shit out so they can have more time in our minds. Yet, like Keith is saying, the time is right now. That shit could have been 20 years ago. They gonna say it's sometime in the future, but the time is already passed.
They're already here. They're already here. They're already back. So there's a war on Sirius. And so, hey, I think the finale is now. Time is now. It's now. It's now. So that's what I'm and shout out to you. That's what I'm talking about. The Dogon cosmology is the real shit. That's the real that comes out of Kemet. Comes out of ancient Memphite mind. And that's the real shit. When they talk about the nomos, that comes from. So you know what I'm saying, Joe, when I'm talking about the nomos. Because I'm using Dogon, I'm using Dogon nomenclature. So when I'm saying nomos, that's what the Dogon's called, the universe of nomos. Nomo, I can't pronounce it right. Nomo oregano, whatever they call it. Great.
Is that where the word nomenclature come from, you think, Keith?
I don't know where it come from. I'm listening.
No, I'm saying, does the word nomenclature come from Nomo? I was just wondering if there was some shit they done stole from us.
I don't know. I don't know. You may be right. I got to go reverse it in. Exactly right. They're already here. They're here. They are here. It's now. They are here, Byron. They're here. You got too many sightings. And they've been in some aspects, they never left. But they're here now because this is the quickening for the melanated people. Are we going to go under? A lot of us are not going to make it. Sadly enough. A lot of us are going to take that shot, and that's the end of us. But enough of us are going to make it. That's the quickening. That's why they're here. That's why it lives down in Antarctica. I know that for a fact. That's where that motherfucker is, holding court with these wicked motherfuckers he created. Inky is running around the motherfucking ocean. He's what you would call Poseidon. These are all these ancient these fucking characters that they put up the chart to call these two entities, these two Warren brothers. You know, Enlil becomes Jehovah, becomes Yahweh. Inky becomes Ptah, becomes goddamn Poseidon and all this other shit. He was given the name Lord of Ea. Even before he was Inky, he was Ea, Lord Ea, Lord of earth and water. Enlil, Lord of earth and air. So when I told him, I showed that damn big ass crab in the fucking water, that's real. Not an illusion. That spaceship is real. These spaceships flying around are real. Not no illusions. You know what I mean? I showed you that there's a kid doing the chicken dance. A kid doing a motherfucking chicken dance. One of the motherfucking things running around this bitch. As they showed, I can't show that video on here. I got to show it later on. When they did the video and they showed these other motherfucking things. No, I can't show it. That was on YouTube. Let me go anonymous. I call it late night. Caught these motherfucking Indies jumping over cars and shit. They're like, what the fuck is that? Things are here. Creating a Space Force question if the Neanderthals didn't believe why they create Space Force. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna have to go to war. They're gonna be wiped out. It's
And they created the Space Force a long time ago. They got us thinking this was something that Trump made recently. They made this shit back in the late 70s.
What happened with you asked me movies I ain't never seen, Chosen. What happened with Kong and versus Godzilla? I never seen it. You gotta extrapolate, brother. I never seen no Kong versus Godzilla. I know there
seen
was
it, Chosen.
You see,
I seen it, Chosen. What are you talking about, Chosen?
I never knew there was a movie called Kong versus Godzilla. That from the 50s?
No, it just came out. It just came out on HBO Max. Well, actually, it was in a movie theater. But if you got HBO Max, you can watch it on your device.
So King Kong was fighting Godzilla?
Yep.
God damn. What happened on that? If I can put on what it on Zoe? Prime? Amazon?
No, it's on HBO Max. If you got that app.
No, I don't got that.
Okay.
I just watched it. You just watched the two Zilla Kong film. Very interesting. What happened on? But how about y'all tell me? I never even heard of this shit. What happened besides them fighting? Who won the fight? Godzilla. Of course, they're gonna say
Godzilla. Godzilla beat King Kong. Yeah, Godzilla beat King Kong originally, but then they had a Mecha Godzilla. Then the two of them teamed up, and King Kong beat the Mecha Godzilla because the Mecha Godzilla had hurt the real Godzilla. But when Kong and Godzilla was fighting, King Kong got his ass whooped by Godzilla.
Okay, and they had who? Mecha Godzilla? What do you mean Mecha Godzilla?
No, Mecha, like a robot. It was a robotic Godzilla.
Oh, okay. Robotic, okay.
And then in the movie, the motherfucker had downloaded his consciousness into the Mecha Godzilla. It was like when we talking about these people putting their soul into a creature, into a robot. They did that with the Mecha Godzilla.
I was sent to Antarctica. What the fuck? Wow. Godzilla was king of the ocean. This is that's right in front of your face. And the battle on Earth and the battle at Kong was sent to Antarctica. What the fuck? Wow, because
and then the planet was hollow too. That was another thing. The planet's hollow, so it's like all these different tunnels and tubes that lead to different parts of the planet, which has been coming out shown to be true with all these underground cities and shit. They're really just revamping areas that was already hollow in Earth. This is what they're doing with the domes and shit.
And he transported through a portal in Antarctica. Motherfucker.
Yep.
Wow. God damn. God.
Look at this shit. That's why I realized there's nothing new. All of this shit is just a reinterpretation of our information and our knowledge that our ancestors already have established, and then they'll invent the shit and make billions, if not trillions of dollars in movies off of this shit. From X-Men all the way down.
Wow. It's fucking crazy.
Have y'all seen the movie Tenet yet? That's another good one too. I was talking about that movie. In the movie Tenet, you have the future fighting with the present.
I know it's on Prime. I seen that's Denzel Washington's son is the lead. I didn't see it yet though.
Oh, that's who that brother is, Denzel Washington's son? Okay. Yeah. I was wondering who he was. Okay. He's a good actor.
I didn't see it yet. That's the same dude that was in fucking Clans.
That's him. That's the same one. Okay. The Black Klansman. I was wondering where he was from. Okay.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's right in your face. I got to watch that shit. Wow. They push you right in your face. And if you don't know what you're looking for, what you're looking at, you would never know that. Wow. And then it goes to a portal.
They talk. I think they talk about the Devil's Triangle in that movie too, Monique, because the Devil's Triangle is the antipodal point of the Bermuda Triangle, and it's right outside of Japan. So with Godzilla being outside of Japan attacking Tokyo and shit, I think they did say something about the Devil's Triangle in that movie.
The tenant is controlling a portal and recreation, recreate action in time. Okay. I know, like I said, but that's why I told you they manifest themselves coming through that portal. Tenant is good bullets that shoot through time. Okay. And that's what that portal would be, how they would manifest themselves in the earth, coming through and manifest themselves through that portal up in Antarctica. They know this shit, man. No, this is not coincidences. There are no coincidences, as you learn through the Kabbalah. There's no such thing as chance or coincidence. So you guys telling me this, I was supposed to be here to learn this, and then go research what you guys are saying. This is not a coincidence. That's why the information is coming to. So it's actually something deeper behind what you guys are saying here. That's fucking crazy. Hell, I thought it was sci-fi. I didn't know. I never even seen no fucking Kong versus fucking guns. I thought I'd be like some shit from the '60s or some shit. We'll make a Kong versus gorilla.
And really, it gets even deeper than that because Kong is representative of the black race. That's what they put. They put that in there. Yeah, it's all kind of shit. And I think Godzilla is supposed to be the Asians.
It's crazy.
Because I think when originally they came up with the concept of King Kong, it was a Japanese concept, and it was in reference to a derogatory term for black people. But they decided to change the concept because it was too risque at the time, so to speak.
Wow, Kong's home was a parallel universe. Shit's crazy. Mirror universe, yeah. And but y'all see, you be thinking this shit is science fiction and all this shit, and you gotta don't know enough. This shit's crazy. Because remember, Enlil Inc. are interdimensional beings. They can switch in vibration. So they're they're interdimensional. They're not just interdimensional, because they're around us, we can't see them, but they're interdimensional entities. Well, all that shit's about African gods precise. Even the damn the Marvel comics, it's all about African gods. It's all about us. We don't know. It's all about us.
And I used to keep up with this one magazine comic book called Blacktail, and that was I'm telling you, that was all about African guys too.
I never seen it. Who made it?
I was just joking, Keith. That was the name of a porno magazine, a black porno magazine. The Black Hustler back in the day.
What the fuck is that? I never seen your ass. Goddamn. I'm all serious. I never heard that. Who made it? That's some porno magazine. Just that Black Tail. I thought that was the name. God damn. Holy shit. They know it here within us. They're here within us. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm saying they're here. They're here. Not with them saying they're around. They're here. These entities are here. Like Enlil could be right here. I can't see his ass. They're interdimensional. But they're back on planet. They're here. I gotta wait. So you had to watch it too. I missed the last one. Kong was trapped in a manufactured world before he broke out. He broke out because Godzilla was back. I'm going to have to watch the shit. I gotta watch it. I never even heard it. I gotta watch that shit. You said it's on. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on some HBO, some shit. What one is that one on?
Which one?
The Godzilla one.
Oh, that's on HBO Max.
God damn, I'm not gonna pay for that shit. I wait till it comes on the Prime shit to watch it for free. I think I did.
They set that shit up so you end up having to subscribe to all of them. You be thinking you good with just Hulu and Netflix, and then the next thing you know, you got to get all about 15 more damn things.
You got that right. That's why I don't do it. You got that right. I got another time all this cable shit again. I'm trying to break the shit.
You be thinking you good because it's only $4.99 a month, but you got 15 of these motherfuckers. You got a $300 bill.
You're exactly right. You give me that's exactly right. You can bring the cable. Yeah, if I need to, let me check this out. All I got is the Stars one. That's it. But it was like $9 a month or some shit. I add that one to it. That was it. So I ain't getting no more of this other shit because I want to see the end of that Power. And I still look at this shit, but nah, I'm not getting no more of these damn things. So you have a whole cable bill again.
Dude, Unfucking one said he remember Blacktail.
I didn't know what the hell Zoe was talking about. I didn't know what Zoe. I think that's so crazy. What was that? What magazine was that? What they say with that shit? He said he got 4 now. I never heard him. I never seen it. I never heard of Blacktail. I never seen it. It sounds like Zoe. It's like a comic book. Blacktail, like black people telling tales. Now I get it. Tails ass, black ass. But it sounded to me like a now point because black ass, not black tail. Black tail do sound like a comic book. Some black tails.
I think they had one called Badonka Donk or some crazy shit too. Badonka Donk.
You watch Put Locker? What the hell is that? That was Put Locker. What the hell is Put Locker? Is that some British shit? Mosquito? I never heard of Put Locker. Remember, you guys remember like tails? Go ahead, Zoe.
No, I think Put Locker is like you can get bootleg movies and stuff without having to pay for them.
Okay, what is it? Yeah. Putlocker.com? I'll get that shit on here as long as they don't give me no viruses.
They gonna have the FBI knocking on your door for hacking shit.
Oh, I'm not saying you didn't see this shit. But they're around. They're around. I'm not saying you can actually call on the shits. Mentally. You got white people doing. You got Bob Lazar doing.
Remember that brother had that video? He could call him at will. They had him on video doing it. Yeah. It was a brother in California somewhere. He had a TV crew. And he stood up there and he looked up and he said they'll be here. And then they just showed up. It was like a craft over their head. And that should still be on YouTube. That brother did this so many times. He could just call UFOs at will, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, because you can mentally, if you raise your vibration, they can your thoughts go out into the universe, to the ether. You can tell them you want to commune with you. You got Bob Lazar. Lanier. They're doing it now. They got spaceships coming down and show them. They got an app. Show you how to do it. They got a whole app that the doctor's doing. These kids groups, and they send out their damn. You focus your thoughts, and they come and show themselves to them. They're here.
Less than 3 months after that brother did that on the news, his ass was dead.
Oh, they fought in the 80s? Yeah, I thought it was some old shit, but they said it's a new one. I've never seen one. I thought it'd be like in the 80s. Extreme Free Films? Okay, I'm going to check it out. It's called Put Locker. But check it out. I never heard of shit. Check it out.
And we 3 hours deep today, Keith.
Yeah, I'm about to wind this up, family. Come back on later on the day. Talk about some more of this shit. Have my voice hold up. Yeah, I'm glad because we haven't gone in this a while. This is where I really we wanted to go most of the time. A lot of this shit scares Spike's ass. Everybody gone. I'm gone. What's going on with the aliens and the crabs? Shit, what is going on? So, is that a real sight, General Mosquito, or not? Don't send me to no porn shit. Give me some virus. Come over there, bend their ass, thinking somebody's coochie or something. Don't send me to no bullshit. I got his ass. Don't send me to no bullshit. Them damn porn sites be full of viruses and shit.
He's trying to keep his vibration up high. Y'all trying to make Keith lower his vibration.
Make me release my light.
Next show we be talking about peanut butter and jelly for 45 minutes or some shit.
Shit. Man, me in here releasing my light like a wild chicken. Releasing, trying to keep my light together. They got me looking at this put locker. My light, oh, my lightsaber. Damn, these bastards make me release my light to the world. Oh! It's about the light. Damn, you know good, mosquito, with your butt lucker. Got me taking all my light. That dude's like a weird goddamn streaming site, Putt Locker. It sounds weird. So, but I'm gonna try to come back on later on, family, tonight if I can. And my voice holds up and show some things. Help white Jesus. White Jesus can't stop the light, Nish. It's light all in the damn house. Oh, light us. Who's that Zoe out here? What's whose name? Who's that Zoe?
Let me look the brother up right quick. Hopefully they ain't took it off YouTube. Let me see.
Go ahead.
Let me see if I can find it over here.
If we had Spike, so Spike this shit. Okay, so let me look it up. Okay, family, we're gonna say goodbye. You start playing the music on your ass. Doom, doom, doom.
All loud and shit.
Okay, it does. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, my Jesus, these people need deliverance. Yeah. Okay, again. Okay, I'm making sure Joe Mosquito ain't sending me to no bullshit. Put Locker. Okay, Put Locker. Okay. Links to bootleg movie. Okay, I'm on it now. Let me look this shit up now. So there'll be no bullshit.
It's in the chat, Keith, if you want to play this video with the man summoning the UFO.
Okay, where you got it in the chat room? Okay, I'll check it out. Let me pull up. Hold on. Let me. Is it POT or PUT Locker? What is it? PUT? I'm gonna
play some porn. Finna get us.
No.
This show finna get canceled.
I'm making sure they give me the right shit. I'm exposing all my light to people and shit in another world, out the universe. Put Locker movies. They right. It's got movies. Okay. Put Locker site movies. Okay. Wikipedia.
Okay.
So it ain't porn.
Good.
Okay. Now it ain't porn. Let me go to this thing you're showing right here. Make sure. I don't want to be out here exposing my light. We need a fucking holy one. I'm exposing my light. You motherfuckers, you take away my light. Oh, in the name name of Jesus, my light is crazy out this bitch. My lightsaber, nigga. Let me share my screen. Let me share my damn screen. Oh shit. Let me share my screen real quick. Got this computer, takes forever. Hold on, let me do this first. Okay, here we go. Get it started first. Come on, damn it. There we go. Oh, I seen this years ago. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Share. And then she don't put luckers. Hey, you sharing this crazy about here with my always fucking licking some coochie on this damn thing. Here we go. Okay. Make this bigger. Hide that. What sound that? What is it?
He's the Las Vegas man who claims he can summon UFOs on command. Pretty wild. So we sent Action News reporter Mike Illustrator to get the real story about what he found shocked everyone and could leave you wondering, UFOs real?
And forget the short-term fixes and diets that don't work. Happy Ray has a plan for every lifestyle to help you win the battle of the bulge. Breaking news, solving problems. This is Channel 15 Action News live at 11.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Trisha King.
And I'm Steve Wolford. Well, let's take another trip back into the realm of paranormal tonight. Last night we had ghost hunters, now UFOs.
That's right, and there's a Las Vegas guy making an extraordinary claim about extraterrestrials. So we sent Action News reporter Mike Illustrator to check it out. Mike?
All right, listen up here. Guy says the Old Testament, written in Hebrew, taught him how to summon UFOs. All right, he says he can also do this on, and he adds he's been doing it for 25 years, keeping all of it secret until now.
He's being lucky. This is right up there.
We met up with Prophet Yahweh, seer of Yahweh, at Doolittle Park off Lake Mead. We picked the day, we picked the time, and we picked the location.
Everyone's going to think you're absolutely nuts. Well, I thought I was nuts.
Until he says he saw UFOs. Over the years, 1,500 of them.
We make it 1,500 one day. What do you think? I'll try.
He says the voice in his head told him to go public now. So we took him up on his offer, and we scanned the skies. Nothing but a few clouds. When the prophet started praying for a sighting, I wasn't exactly convinced.
I pray, oh Yahweh, that you send a sighting so that they know that I am not meant to.
Remember, Yahweh is in live. Lord of God, Yahweh is in live.
I can tell you straight up. Oh,
bro, look at there it is.
You can barely see it, a white speck. Then another sighting.
Where is it? I got it.
Photojournalist Jonathan Hawkins locks in on it. Let's take a closer look here. It's an orange sphere that appeared out of nowhere. I call the boss with an unexpected change in my story. I can see it clear as day. In fact, it's bright. I mean, it's moving pretty fast.
It's gone to another Air Force base. It wants to be seen.
We called Nellis to see what these things might be. Guess what? They didn't call us back. But this thing started coming back toward us.
You're coming toward us now, I think. What?
He's coming up toward us.
Whoa, man! Oh, hallelujah!
Then, a few seconds later, it disappeared.
It's going back up in space.
Prophet Yahweh isn't concerned. He says it'll be back. And I'm still not quite sure what those things were. Now, if I didn't see it for myself, I probably would have just laughed this whole thing off. Prophet Yahweh says, well, this is just the beginning. He says we're going to see a lot more of these things starting next week. And he says one will come down low enough for all of Las Vegas to see. Mike Illustrator, Channel 13 Action News.
Yeah, because they're here.
And Unsunken One, that's a different brother than I seen too. Unsunken One, that's a different brother than I seen, but the same thing though. The brother I seen was from Los Angeles, not Las Vegas, but they still able to summon these UFOs. Only people I've been able to see it were black men. I haven't seen nobody else do it. I haven't seen no white folks or nobody be able to summon them at will like that.
Yeah, that's what we say he was a Hebrew Israelite. But that's Enlil. Don't make it that. Enlil is Jehovah. It's the Yahweh that they told him. Enlil becomes Jehovah, Yahweh. So, but mentally you can talk to all of you. Everything is mental. But Enlil ain't his goddamn friend. I tell you that, goofy nigga. But they're gonna start being seen. They're here. They're back. Right? The battle's gonna start beginning. They're back. But like I said, you got Bob Lear who's doing it now. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna do it on the net. Bob Lear's doing it. He's got a whole thing, an app where he's got a whole group of people that summon these damn things. They come down and where they filming them. The reason why we are the children of the sun, Ron. Maintaining life form on earth needed to turn our face back to the sun. Giving back some of our energy. But wrap this up, family. Everybody smash that like button. Everybody make sure you join the WhatsApp app group. What's up? Yeah, I got the hold on. I saw the bro. He was bringing the ships. Let me see.
Yeah, because the brother in Los Angeles, he had long hair. He kind of looked like a pimp or something. He looked like a hippie pimp.
They had the news out there with him too, though.
Yeah, they was out there. He was calling them too.
He's like a hippie pimp. That's funny. Need to know that. Yeah, Stephen Greer. That's what I did last year. Yeah, that's Stephen Greer. That's his name. The dude I think you were talking. Yeah, G man. Thanks. That's him. Who be summoning UFOs? Yeah, using laser pointers and everything. But they also do. They sit down in the middle in a circle and mentally bring them to him. He used the laser pointers to show them out, and then as they come straight down to them, you can't deny what he's doing because it brings them straight down, and they right there, and they right there with him. He's not as a medical doctor. So
is he a white dude?
Yeah, white cat. But he brings black people out. He's got them all over the country now doing that protocol to have interactions with these entities, that the government's finally announcing that are real, right? So you need the white people to let you believe that you're crazy. You live in a goddamn infinite universe where you got billions of Earth-like planets alone just in this galaxy. You live in an unlimited galaxy of too many planets to even calculate. You let the Neanderthal say, it's crazy. We're the only people here. It's crazy to say other beings exist. All kind of ridiculous shit. Let me
something I always thought about was if they talk about this great flood on the planet to get rid of certain bloodlines and whatnot that wasn't natural. What if some of those bloodlines had fish genes in them, like mermen and shit? How you gonna use water to get rid of mermen?
To get rid of who?
Like mermaids and mermen, motherfuckers that got half fish, half human.
Those things exist.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So how can a flood eradicate those life forms when they have living water already?
They ain't gonna be able to wipe them out. Everybody smash that link right there who haven't joined the group. So,
Somebody echoing bad.
that's me. I have it on my phone trying to put the damn group in there.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm gonna start putting a lot of stuff back up in there. Join the group because I'm gonna start sharing a lot of information through the group. Since we can't do it on YouTube, I'm gonna start sharing on the group. And then I'll tell you what I'm gonna talk about on the network itself, either live streaming or just on the radio. You'll know whether I'm on the radio or whether I'm on the live stream itself as well. So this will let you know when I'm going live on the network by itself. Because this stuff we got to talk about is going to be on the network. Yeah, but G-Man, he even got an app. Got the name of the app. Cost you like $10 to download or some shit like that. But, you know, that's it, Stephen Greer. That's what Sean, they had a whole protocol. And they had all these different chapters all over the country, all over the world now. But they were bringing damn spaceships right there in front of him. Couldn't deny him because he had them on camera right there. Boom. Not way up what the dude was doing right there. You can say, oh, I don't know this. You know what that is. But they putting them right down in front of you. Boom. Right there, motherfucker. That's what it is. Right there. Can't say it's not there. It's right there. You know,
were they able to touch him?
I don't think he touched them. They were just sitting there watching them do tricks within the light and shit, doing stuff.
Because nobody hit one of the spaceships with their lightsaber.
I don't think so. This has where the summon light ships and other flying and yeah. Okay. Came from the famous Black American boxer. Oh yeah, of course. Came from the African American boxer. They gave him King Kong was what's the brother that got in trouble with the white woman?
First hit boxing champion. Black boxing champion.
What's his name?
It was Joe something, I thought.
No, it wasn't Joe Louis. It's the other black guy before Joe Louis.
Look that up.
Jack Johnson. My fault, Jack Johnson. Damn.
Jack Johnson, there it is. Okay.
I haven't talked to Lou in about a month. I guess he's all right. He had me laughing about his auntie and his uncle wouldn't let him in the house. When he go by Mississippi, they wave, you be okay, baby. We see you. They wave from outside the house. King Kong was a representation of the great. Yeah, Jack Johnson. Yeah, I finally got a bind. I couldn't remember his name. Jack Johnson. Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, it says smash that link, family, because I'm gonna start putting stuff in the chat room over on WhatsApp that we can't share on YouTube. So things to look at, certain things to talk about when you know I'm going live. So just smash the app. Smash the damn link and join the app. Just that simple. So that family around us, smash the like button. Much love. My voice. We've been on here 3 hours and 26 minutes. Damn. We drove to the marathon. If I don't come back on tonight, I will be back on tomorrow for the daily show and the night show. I'll be back on tomorrow night. If my voice, if I can't carry a whole show, I won't come back on. If I can, I will. So with that, family, I don't got no music to play like Spikes. Much love. I'll let go do the beat.
Peace, family.
Peace, family. Much love. I'm out. Smash that link. Smash that link, family. Get an edge up there. Smash that link. And join the group. So you be in communication with all of us all the time. You know I'm messing no damn chitlins. You know I'm messing no chitlins. Smash the link. Even that pork I didn't mess with. Never. You ain't no worry about me messing with that. Now pork chops, yes, not chitlins. So we'll I didn't know Melnett Ward was even up in this joint. He was quiet the whole time. So if I come back later on, I'll let you guys know through the WhatsApp app. But I got to bring out some more information to show it, to share it. So I don't come back on tonight. I'm still come back on tomorrow with the regular show and then tomorrow night for sure. But I'm going to try to come back on about 4 more hours. So much love, family. See everybody later. Hit that link. Holler at everybody later. Peace.